And welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews, as always. My name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And I'm on Twitter as well. Tweet me, don't be shy, at Dan Who Reviews. And hello, welcome to another episode of Legends and Liquor. Let me just take a sip. I'm starting with a can of strawberry and lime because it's just delicious, and then I'll switch to the bottles. But it is Legends and Liquor, so I have some legends, some new legends to show off. I'm not gonna lie to you, not gonna lie. But hello, welcome to this Sunday where I talk to you guys. Basically, I'm just the host. I'm the host for a community show, shall we say, because I get you guys to come on, all the channel members showing love to the channel. I throw some love right back at you and get you on the channel you are supporting. It is such a simple concept, but always so much fun. It's like a virtual hangout. Like we're all in different places around the planet, let's be honest. So it's not as easy just to link up on a Sunday for an afternoon drink, is it? So we open the big world wide web and we get to do it digitally instead. So it's always fun, and today we've got two full groups, two groups of 8. Not gonna have a repeat of last time where we had 23 guests over a 5-hour stream. I assure you right now, we're going to try and stick to the regular scheduled program here. We're 2 groups finishing off with a duck race. Amanda will kill me if I go for 5 hours again this week. Plus, I'm streaming tomorrow with someone you may know. So I'll talk about that as we get into it. But hello, how are we doing? Let me get the chat up, go through some housekeeping, all that good stuff, and then we'll get group 1 in here. So today's theme, if you couldn't tell by the title, is we've got a big week ahead in regards to Legends. And it's because of this man. I even put him in the thumbnail. Shout out Dan Yoon. But he is our source for all our Marvel Legend tidbits and news. And he's been posting some, I wouldn't say cryptic tweets because they're pretty obvious what he's talking about. But he says next week is going to be interesting with a bread emoji and a cheese emoji. And if you like hip-hop music, then you know that bread and cheese means money. It means save that money. You can even see Ryan Ting joining in with the fun here as he's posting a bread, some sort of bread meme. So, yeah, I hope everyone's been saving their pennies for this HasLab that they have been inevitably teasing, because I can only assume, again, just an assumption, that they are talking or alluding to the HasLab, which is Ghost Rider themed. Are we going to see Robbie Reyes and his Howl Charger this week, before the end of the week? This time on Thursday, we could be talking about the HasLab. So I hope they do reveal it before Thursday. That would be pretty good for my schedule at least. But don't worry about me, Hasbro. Do your thing. I'll catch up. But yeah, that's today's stream. And of course, we're also been talking about new toys. What have you guys been buying? That is always fun. So let me get the chat open and see who's about in the chat. Let me scroll up. I'll do the housekeeping, then I'll get group 1 in here, okay? So we got right at the top, we got Thirsty for Chicken, Omega Weapon 13, Mark Rose, Owen, who's going to be joining us today, I believe. So Jamie, Cloud, Raiho, Mr. Ob Williams, again, someone's going to be joining us today. And lots of these people are going to be joining us today. That's what's so fun. Mini Plastic Multiverse, Figures and Vinyl, who I know is Stu. And if you're following him on Instagram, he occasionally will post a figure with a vinyl. So the name Figures and Vinyl makes a lot of sense. I'm enjoying those, Stu. Keep them up. Tac Toys with Film, of course. Iron Manuel. Sir Laser Trousers. There's been a lot of stuff going on with the monarchy in the UK this past weekend, so I'm not surprised Laser Pants is lingering. He wants that night ship, I think. Will the new king give it to him? We shall see. Kurt K, Jay's Toys Collection UK, Justin Collects, Mark Rose, as I said, Zach Attacks, Daniel S, the super producer Rich M gives me a wave, and waving right back at you, Rich. There you go. Right, and there's the super producer logos as well. Cheeky Monkey Kiara, is there ducks today? Of course there's ducks today. It wouldn't be Legends and Liquor without ducks. High School Creation says, yo, how you doing, my friend? Ed Who Collects as well. Richard Moore, one of my favourites, Bring Toys to Work. I'm biased, but I'm not going to even pretend I'm not. Thank you very much, Michael. Welcome as always. Who else we got? Stryden, David, Evan, and Smith. All 3 of them. The triplets are here. Plastic, who we got? It was that Plastic. It's one hell of a drug. I love that username. We got Darth Guritz. I can't say names, but he says merch appreciated, Dan. I do sound like that sometimes, not going to lie. JB, Joey's in the building. He's going to be joining us as well, late coming for group 2. We got Rick Jones. David Displays, time to start checking down the back of the sofa for spare change, guys. The HasLab is coming. Yeah, I hope you've got a big sofa, David. I hope you've got one of those lounge sofas with the corner where the whole family can sit on. The type of sofa that couldn't fit in my living room, because we're going to need it. We're going to need it. We're talking £300 plus, I'm assuming. King Carnage, Rush. Who else? We got Ultimate Carnage as well. A few Carnages in the building. David as well. How are you doing, all? Let's get into this, okay? So let me do the housekeeping. If you're in Group 1, you can start sending me those fresh DMs. Who have I got in Group 1 today? Group 1. Okay. Okay, Group 1. Mark Tack. I think that's it. I think I've got it right. Oh, I don't know, actually. Let me scroll up. Let me make sure I got the right group. Mark Tack's definitely in one group anyway. I know that for sure. Where's my emails? It's in there. I've been posting it all day on Twitter. You'd think I know this stuff. Okay, let me find it. I did have it, and then I got rid of it. I might have to send it myself again. Okay, one sec. Let's do the housekeeping. If you're in Group 1, I trust that you'll know you're in Group 1. I've been posting it all day. Please hit me up with the fresh DMs. Let's get this rolling, okay? So if you're in Group 1, hit me up with the fresh DMs. I'll get you in here, and I'll do the housekeeping real quick. Because today is, of course, Legends and Liquor. It's just a gimmick. You don't actually have to drink alcohol. Just bring your favourite drink and let's talk toys, collectables, and whatever you want, all right? It is that simple. It's just a little bit of fun. You know I love a gimmick on this channel. These may be a hint of that exact gimmick, because I do Turtles and Tea and Joe's and Juice as well. Me, Tom and Mark finally did a Joe's and Juice. Please go and watch that on the replay. We talked about Serpentor and recapped everything since Comic-Con, essentially, as we hadn't done a Joe's and Juice for a while. So if you want to recap on all the recent Joe's and Juice news, we even talked Action Force and all the new Valiverse news with that vehicle announcement. So go and check that out. Turtles and Tea with me and Tanner as well. We're recapping all the Turtle news. Shout out the Super Turk. I think he's at his brother's birthday party, so he's probably catching us on the replay. So shout out the Super Turk 5000 nevertheless. And then shout out Brandon and Rich for the Dan Who Live every single Thursday at 8 Greenwich Mean Time. And if you've heard about Brandon, he's got a new YouTube channel. We can plug that in a second. But if you want to support the channel, contribute, all that good stuff, anything over £4 or $4, and Friday, our resident super chat talking robot will read it out loud. Be a part of today's show. Go down in history. Interrupt the program and get your comments heard and support the channel at the same time. The Streamlabs donation link is at the top of the description. It works exactly the same. For anything over £4, Friday will read it out. It just means YouTube do not gobble up all the money, all right? So either or is appreciated. You know I appreciate you. And today is a channel member show. It's everyone who's hit that join button as a guest today. That's what it's all about. Me giving back to the people that are supporting me. It's always a lot of fun. And we will finish off today with a duck race as well. That's the magic. That's the nonsense. Nonsense. There's no other word for it, is it, to be honest? It's just nonsense. So before I get Group 1 in here, hopefully they're sending me those fresh DMs. Let me talk about some new toys, okay? Because I've got some new toys. And I showed off this guy at the start of the stream. Now, I'm just as surprised as you are to see this Disney Plus wave in the UK. Now, we can only go off what's happened this year when it comes to live action properties. The Multiverse of Madness wave, the UK got late, like months late. Thor Love and Thunder was seen in a Walmart before it was even announced, like, by Hasbro. The UK got that a few months late as well, I think. Either way, we got it slow. So I was surprised to see this so soon. Now, I do believe Eve Rivera has some reviews up and some brand new channel that's coming from my subscribers, Hero Collections. He had some reviews up as well. Or not reviews, first look, Hero Zeros. But yeah, this wave, and I've only opened Moon Knight because I've started to review him. And this figure is epic, by the way, people. Like, pinless. And I do think this is the type of wave where we're sacrificing accessories for unique sculpts, which is sometimes the case with the MCU stuff. But for me, I don't mind giving up an extra pair of hands that I probably wouldn't use for a more accurate sculpt, a more like accurate to the source material look. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially for a set of hands I wouldn't use. So obviously it's different for every character, but I do think in this particular wave that's what we're doing. But this Moon Knight is beautiful, and I have the whole wave. The whole wave is here with me. Whole box. Case fresh. If you want to know where I got mine from, I got mine from In Demand Toys in the UK. It is never a secret. They usually have an import stock a little bit earlier than the UK, but then the UK stock arrived on Friday anyway. So we had shipping delays due to Royal Mail. Then the Queen passed away, so Royal Mail, in honour of the Queen, Her Majesty's Royal Mail, of course, didn't strike on Sunday. That's how it was Friday. That's how I got mine. But then other people have been getting theirs as well. I know Phil Jones has got his. So yeah, Kapow Toys, Star Action Figures, Comic and Cocktails, all the UK spots are going to be getting this wave now. So if you're in the UK, there is no secret. They are just in stock. Hasbro Pulse UK, for God's sake. They have them in stock right now as well. So yeah, the rest of this wave look really good. And just a quick comment on this wave as well. Let's just take a moment to appreciate this is the end of an era. This may be the last Marvel Legends like Build-A-Figure mainline wave with the window packaging. Now, it seems like such a simple thing, but this has been our mind's eye of Marvel Legends since 2014. Like, this has been the norm. And as we move into this plastic-free era, we now can't see the figures on the box. And I do think that's going to change the way that we shop and everything, as it already is. So hopefully Hasbro sort of backtrack on that promise, because this is just better. This is more toyetic. Of course it is. You want to see what you're buying. You want to check for paint apps. It's all part of the buying experience. So I know we're moving away from that for the better good of trees or something. However, I'm biased, and this is what I love. So yeah, sentimentally, this is the last wave that's with a plastic window. So I might get an extra Moon Knight or something just to keep on card, just for nostalgic purposes. You know I'm a sucker with stuff like that. But yeah, these figures look great. She-Hulk, I'm really enjoying the show. I finally seen episode 4. And you can see what Rich was on about. Oh, we got a super chat. Let me put my headphones on.
Bring Toys to Work donated $10. I know I'm banned from super chats, but I've been pretty good lately. So I will just give a small amount during my time out. So glad you got this Disney Plus wave in early, Dan. Looking forward to seeing so many awesome people on the stream.
So many awesome people on the stream today. Thank you very much, Michael. So Michael, yes, he's banned from super chats. This man is far too generous than any of you realise. He says, I know I'm banned, but during my time out, so glad you got Disney Plus wave, Dan. Looking forward to all the awesome people on stream today. Yeah, we've got 2 groups of 8, so I've upped my group sort of limit from 7 to 8, so we're going to be proper Brady Bunch style on the screen. But yeah, some great people now. This community's been helping each other out, trying to, like, I know this week, for example, people have been helping me track down those turtles. I'm talking Rush found them in the wild, sent them to Mike D. Mike D's putting a loot crate together for me. Home Dude hit me up as well with a set, so I can help Tanner out. So yeah, obviously this great community is because of Legends and Liquor. Like, I know these people by their first names now, not just their username. You get to know the person behind the user, behind the screen names and all that. It's unique. It's good. I like it. So it's always fun. But yeah, you're probably a good job shutting me up, Michael. Let's get group 1 in here. Let me start sending these links out, and I'll catch up on the chat shortly, okay? So I appreciate everyone's here on this Sunday. I do want to plug Brandon as well, so I will plug Brandon before I press accept on this group, but I'm going to throw the DMs out now. So hopefully you've sent me some fresh DMs. Let me get you guys in here. Fresh DMs being sent right now. So Ryan, Jay, Tom, Dan, aka Rush. See, I told you, I know people's real names. There we go. There's 3 there. Then we got Cloud with the freshest of DMs. We got Owen joining us for the first time. Always nice to have new people on. Like, when we get so many regulars all the time, I hope it doesn't scare new people off from getting on board. So it's good to see new people on. And then the variant Daniel Williams, the Welsh Daniel Williams, is also joining us today, as he missed out last week because he was hungover for his birthday. Self-inflicted. Do not feel sorry for you, Dan. I do a little bit, actually. I hate hangovers. Anyone got a hangover cure? Not that I need it. Like, Legends of Liquors, we're not having one of those crazy streams again today. Who's in the chat? Okay, Crescent Blue Zero. He says, "Pal." Who else we got? Magneto was right. He says, "Pal." He says, "Can't wait to get the Moon Knight and She-Hulk in hand." Yep, the figures are great. I don't know. Says hi. I assume that IDK means I don't know. Matthew Matson. He said the Moon Knight figures look like trash. The paint apps have QC issues, and the plastic and design are inferior. Oh, everyone's allowed their own opinion, my friend. But I am very happy with my Moon Knight figure, personally. I clearly have lower standards, but I think he looks pretty good in hand. That's just me. I am doing a full review, so people check that out and you can find out for yourself. I don't get hangovers, says Joey. Probably because you don't drink. Bottle of vodka stops a hangover. Yeah, Rich doesn't stop drinking. Derek says, "Hi all, how you doing, Derek?" Will the Spow Slinger. He said it would be cool to see the Future Foundation Spidey on the RYV body and not have it be a disappointment like the Stealth Suit one. What's the RY? Renew your vows. Renew your vows, of course. My bad. Brain fart. Renew your vows. Of course, that's what it means. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's probably the best body so far. Cameron says, got mine from Kapow the other day. Really happy with the wave. Yep, they came in. I think if you ordered from Kapow, that was probably the place you got them first. So yeah, Kapow's weird. Kapow used to be my go-to for Legends, like Kapow toys in the UK. But then they just got really slow and they were like a week behind everyone else. Like, still great service, don't get me wrong. Just they weren't in a rush to try and get things out the door first. And you know what it's collector's games like. You get excited. You want to go to the place who has the things first. That's usually the how we do this thing. So, but Kapow toys, great all the same. Shout out Ian, who's just subscribed as well. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Hopefully you're watching as we hit 100 here on this Sunday afternoon. Our cheers to you, my friend. All right, let me get group 1 in here and I'll stop the nonsense. I've got 8 in the waiting room. I can try my new screens, my new graphics. Okay, so I'm accepting all of you guys in the chat right now. Okay, accept all. They're all coming in. Okay, let them all populate the chat. 1 second, 1 second. Let's see what's going on. Let's go see what's going on. Okay, I think we are good. Let me press the button and see if it worked. Pow! We're here, the Brady Bunch. I think I've got the Brady Bunch theme set up, ready to go. Hang on. 1 second. I have actually got it. I'm just gonna. You guys won't be able to hear it though. This is just a joke for the, the chat audience only. Okay. Can everyone just look around, please? Right, just constantly look around. Just for the chat, you guys in the Zoom call couldn't hear that. I'm not as good as Ryan. Ryan's figured out how to do it where the live stream can hear it. All right, cool. Let's go around the table. Let's see how everyone's doing. Tom, up top there, my friend. Which corner are you in? You in that corner? Hello, mate. How you doing? You doing good?
I'm down. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm all good. Then we got Laser Pants, Sir Laser Trousers. The monarchy's going crazy here, my friend. What's going on?
I can't imagine why, but thanks for having me.
Well, we appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Across to you, we got Rush. Rush, thank you very much for picking me up there, the Toko and Razor. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Do you know how much, like a weight off my shoulders of my completionist...
I'm actually surprised I found him first, so...
I'm not complaining, my friend. Not complaining. Okay, who are we missing in the chat? 1 sec. I've got myself... All right, there you go. There's Cloud. He was hiding behind me. There he is. Cloud, how you doing?
I'm good. In the chat, Magneto was right. That's a she.
Oh, Magneto was right. Hello. How you doing? Welcome. Who's next to me? So we've got Cloud, and then we got my variant from Wales. We got Dan. Dan, how you doing?
I'm hungover again.
Really? Yeah. We need to start hanging around with you some more.
Yeah, I went out for my flatmate's birthday drinks. He's also called Dan.
How many Dan variants are there? Bloody hell.
We're everywhere.
TVA is going to be knocking on our doors soon enough, Dan. Seriously, Dan Williams, crazy. Crazy. I love the lights behind you, by the way, on your wall.
Oh, cheers. It's they're called Nanaleaf.
Pretty good. I like them.
Yeah, they're wicked.
Look cool. All right, let's go down to Mark. Mark, how you doing?
I'm good. I better look up in the corner, hadn't I, Dan? Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah,
where are you? Where's Dan there? Hey, hello. How you doing? Okay, good. Right, and underneath me, for the very first time joining us today, we got Owen. Owen, my friend, how you doing?
Good, Dan. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. It's all good here.
Beautiful. That's perfect. First time. 10 points to you, my friend. Right, we'll come back to you in a second. As I always like to ask newcomers some questions. But first, let me check in with Jay. Jay, how you doing?
Hello, I'm okay. I'm wearing my cactus jack in tribute to last week's wrestling.
Oh, of course, yeah, you've had fun. I actually seen some pictures. Like, it was pretty cool. This is the first Legends and Liquor since last weekend. So last weekend, you met up with Tanner, and then you and Tanner went to a pub and met Phil Jones, and then Jamie came in the pub as well. So like a mini Legends and Liquor in a bar, which makes a lot more sense than this.
We did indeed, yeah. We had a great little meet-up. It was great to see everybody in person. It was very strange seeing people in person, though.
You get to realise people have legs. It's like crazy. Yeah. Is it true? Like, you met Tanner. From all the pictures, it just looked like Tanner is a very, very small guy. Is he a small man?
I think he's about 5'2".
That's pretty small.
So it makes me look tall, which is good. I don't usually look that tall. So,
Poor
he's
Tanner.
the first person in the toy room. So
You can tell if Tanner was shorter, you were just like 7 feet tall.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's the magic of not seeing everyone in person yet, but hopefully we can make that happen soon. Was it pretty good to actually show someone around your toy room that actually cared? Because usually, like when family come in, they're just like, "Oh my god, how much is that?" And they just walk off and they're more disgusted, if anything. But was it good to show someone who actually appreciated it?
it was, yeah. It was very strange having somebody who knew what they were talking about. Tanner was even there. He was looking at the builder figures and was like, "Oh, you've got the Red Skull head on the onslaught." He's like, "Oh, I'm disappointed in you." I was like, "Don't panic, you've got another one with the right head on."
Okay,
So
nice.
I was like, "Whoa." I've never had so much detail.
Critiquing the collection, you're actually a bit nervous for a change. I've seen that he was actually getting a little bit thirsty for mezcos. He's been messaging me about your mezcos have inspired him to spend some money.
Yeah, definitely. He's into his mezcos now. They're what I've got. I've been doing new cabinets of them all week. So.
All right, cool. Right, let me just go to Owen real quick, because Owen, this is your first time on the stream. Thank you very much for joining us. So I always ask people when they join us for the very first time, where you're from, where did you find my channel, and what do you collect? Like, what are your main go-tos in this collecting game?
So, yeah, I'm from Ontario, Canada, up north Ontario.
Nice.
So it's pretty nice. And I found your channel. I don't even know how I found your channel. I honestly don't. I just think YouTube recommended.
Yes, finally. The algorithm likes me for a change. I'll take it.
Yeah, and then I just, like, you and Rich and Brandon, and you guys' charm is just awesome.
I appreciate that. And what are you into? What are you buying? What are you spending your money on?
So my main line is obviously the Legends, and I also collect a lot of Black Series as well, Star Wars. And then I also collect, I know it's a bit unpopular here, but McFarlane DC Multiverse. That's one of my favorite lines. So those are probably my big three.
Yeah, when they send me some stuff, I like them. So yeah, I don't dislike them. But no, cool. You're in the right place, my friend. You're amongst good people. We can talk about that stuff all day long. And we always like to start off by showing off some new toys that we've got. So let's just go around the Brady Bunch table and see what people have been spending their money on and buying. Tom, let's start with you up top. What have you been buying since the last time we spoke?
Too many things, probably.
Now show us.
Well,
influences.
I just got the Batman and Two-Face 2-pack.
Mezco.
And yeah, Mezco. And to be honest, I was a bit like underwhelmed by it in the picture, so I wasn't like desperately looking forward to it. But this Batman has blown me away. Actually, I love it, and I thought because in the pictures the head looks too big, but actually in person it works out nicely, and it's just a great figure all around.
It looks really nice.
Two-Face is cool as well.
Cape doesn't look too big or anything like that either. It just looks like it poses up really well.
No, as Golden Age Batman, it's pretty much perfect.
Nice.
And the Two-Face is nice as well. Although he didn't come with the weapons, and we didn't seem to get the weapons pack the Mezco offered in this country. So I've just equipped him with one of the ones from the original Mezco release.
Did you have to get him direct from Mezco, or have you used like somewhere else?
No, they had them in UK stores.
Oh, okay.
That's why because I think they came out in the US a few months ago.
Okay, fair. So they're looking good. Okay, what else you been buying?
Well, I made a custom of Frank Castle Punisher before he gets the Power Cosmic.
Nice.
Which has come out pretty well. Although I cut like the like ball flame effects that you get to put on people's hands.
Yeah.
So I cut the base off them to make his arms flaming, but the only trouble is once you get them on there, you can't really pose them around all that much because the flame effect kind of leaves them a bit rigid. But other than that, it's worked out pretty well.
They look like the ones that you get with Ultimate Goblin. Do you know the Ultimate Green Goblin with like the flame attachments? It looks like that.
Yeah, I think the ones on Ultimate Green Goblin are probably a bit bigger than that.
Oh, okay.
They're basically the kind of punching fists.
Yeah.
Fireball things, but I just cut the bottom of them.
What's the head from?
The head's from Ghost Rider.
A Legend Ghost Rider?
Legends Ghost Rider, yeah.
That's the Rider's Way version, right?
Yeah, the Rider's version. But I thought we're getting the new Ghost Rider, so I can stick the transforming head on the old body.
Yep.
And use the new figure on the bike, and then use the head on this.
Looks good, yeah.
The only trouble is he's only got one knee pad because I used the roadblock legs from Classified, and he's only got one knee pad.
You lost it in battle. Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
Add it to the storyline. We're going to be talking a lot about Ghost Rider, I assume, this coming week, if the Marvel news is what we assume it to be. But yeah, nice. What else?
I picked up this guy, and he's another one from the Jaws NECA line. I think it's been a year since we got the first figure.
So that's the 8-inch like clothed clothed line. It's not an ultimate.
No.
Okay.
But they're obviously not as good as Misco, and they're a bit they're way outscale with Misco. But he's actually miles better than I thought he would be. Because I thought it would be a bit clunky. The first one surprised me as well. But I don't know if we're ever going to get Roy Scheider, because I know that figure got cancelled. So
not a clue.
It could be a
Is there a shark, Tom?
Huh?
Is there a shark? Is there a Bruce or a shark?
They said they're going to do a shark, but it kind of... I don't really get the point of the line. If they can't do Roy Scheider, then it's kind of... It's a bit like having Luke Player and no Han.
Well, if you got a shark, it would make bath time more fun anyway. You could recreate yours there.
The shark would be huge. The shark's going to be like...
Nice. Any more?
I'm good. That's me.
Nice, cool. Again, it's one of those weeks where people are like dipping their toes in all the other stuff we collect as we sort of wait for new legends, etc. Laserpants, my friend, what have you been spending your money on? By the way, I love your background. I love your collection. You showed off a picture recently on Instagram of like all your detofs. Really good.
Yeah, you like that, huh?
I do like it. I'm jealous.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know if you know this, but this time of year, late summer, early fall, spiders get really horny.
Oh, wow.
They get really horny, and they come out in mass. So I recently picked up some home defense spider killers.
Nice.
Down here in the laser cave.
Laser cave, I like it, yeah.
It's like a basement, and there's a lot of big spiders.
Do you have a fireman's pole to get into the laser cave? That's what I want to know.
That's a really good idea.
It is, isn't it? You should do
Man, I'd have to really reinforce that thing though, huh?
Look, just get a red phone as well though, for like when you're about to go live, and get someone to ring it. Get Tony to give it a ring just before the 3 POA. Then you can run to the pole, slide down. Be part of the intro. It'll be great. Yeah.
I got the loose version of this, but I don't have it handy. It's in the display, and I don't want to dig it out. But I got my loose Iconicon exclusive Boba Fett.
Nice.
So to go with my carded one, which is, this thing is amazing. Like, I don't even collect 3 3/4. I got this one because I'm a narcissist, and I am on the back card there in the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah, a little bit biased, yeah.
Yeah. But great figure from Stan Solo.
Yeah, because they're customs, ain't they? They're like just really high-end customs. That blend in beautifully with, like, if you hide that amongst the vintage collection, you wouldn't be able to tell it apart.
I mean, you would, because he's so shiny.
I guess so, but still.
I mean, he's electroplated, but the other ones he does are fantastic. They're flawless. They seamlessly fit in with your vintage Star Wars. And then I got a bit of a grail this past week. I've been after this one for a long time, but they're really expensive. But I did not pay that much. I did not pay the going rate for this at all.
Okay.
And I got finally got a legit Dragon Man.
That's what was at the end of the video of your detox, wasn't it? You showed Dragon Man at the end, yeah. A grail for a lot of people. That was part of the Fantastic Four line. So not just before Legends proper, wasn't it? But they're
Fantastic Four Classics. No, it was 2005, 2006 around there. So Legends was out.
Yeah.
But Toy Biz ran concurrently, like Spider-Man Classics and Fantastic Four Classics, and they had like a few X-Men lines and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so only Dragon Man at that scale. So...
Currently, I mean, now that I have this one, I mean, we're getting one from Hasbro, so you're welcome.
Yeah.
If you guys want one from Hasbro, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, I do. To be fair, I really do. But yeah, that's a grail for a lot of people for sure. So
I mean, look, regardless if Hasbro ever makes this, I wanted this one.
Yeah, of course.
You know, this was the grail, and the sculpting and the paint on this is just. It's unreal. Articulation, little dated, but it's good enough.
Oh, he holds up.
It's a beautiful figure.
Undoubtedly holds up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, loving it.
That's what I got.
Nice. It's not about a grail piece. That's all you need. If you can end a week with a grail, it's been a good week for me. So
and some spider
killers. Of course, got to
kill the.
Of course.
I mean, the spiders are really horny.
Yeah, you don't want horny spawners in the collection room.
No,
that's for sure. Definitely not.
No.
All right, let's move across. Rush, my friend, what have you been buying? I know you found me some turtles, so have you? But there you go. I knew you'd get yourself some. Beautiful. They look good.
Yeah. Again, it's like I was wanting the movie ones, but a little too expensive, and I don't think they would fit into with my collection. So these are a nice substitute. So yeah, got those. Picked them up for. I feel bad because there's like maybe 6 boxes on a shelf, and I took 4 of them.
Look.
So, but not reselling.
It's not like they're all for
3
you.
of them.
You're sorting out friends. That's fine. That's
Yeah.
allowed.
I can only imagine how I look to everyone else. And it was strange because, like, even, because with my work, I travel and everything, so I can check stores here and there. I was checking all week because they usually get put out early, and checked my local one. And here as I go to the back where the electronics are, where the NECA display is, not there. I just casually start walking out front, and it's actually on one of the register displays up front. So it's like, no one else sees it.
Nice.
So, yeah. But beyond that, I posted on Instagrams. I kind of like laser pants. I got kind of like a grail.
Nice.
Somewhat of a grail. Transformers
Is that Sunstreaker
toy. Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's a version that back, Gen 1, back when we were all kids, I always wanted this one and could never find it in the store. So now that I've got Transformers display, this was gladly added to it. So a little bit of a grail.
Is that modern Hasbro though? Is that part of their like legacy line?
Yeah, it's the Earthrise one.
Okay,
so it's the latest release. So it fits in scale with everything else I have.
Yeah, beautiful. Nice. Looking good. And we're going back to the Turtles real quick. You collect the Toon Turtles anyway. So, like, of course they're going to fit into your collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And you brought a couple, but you were helping out collectors. And I don't think
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong
but
with
it's like with the movie. Yes, I am. Yeah, and again, it's like the main thing with the movie ones, like especially how you can move their eyebrows, is that looks so amazing. But I'm like, I just did not want to, jump into that one. So the Toon ones are a nice, substitute for it, and they look great in my collection. So.
Yep, good. I'm excited to get them. I think Mike's making me a pile of loot to ship off to me. I'm not going to enjoy the price of the box to ship, but it'll be worth it with all the good stuff in it for sure. He's got me the robots as well, so like I'm finally back to having all the Toon Turtles. So that one's nice to get ticked off. So I appreciate it, my friend. All right, let's go underneath you to Cloud. Cloud, you said you got your pile of loot, so you're going to have a pile of stuff to show us here.
I have a few. It's not massive. I have a few things, but I think my friend Jade is listening. I get her to watch.
Hello, Jade.
So, hello, sweetness. So yes, I finally got my first Mezco.
Had to be Wolverine for you, didn't it?
Oh yeah. This thing is awesome. Like every good thing I've heard about it. I was worried because I know like Kev Toying Around had an issue with the stripes on the back weren't lined up. No real issues with it. He comes with a ton of accessories. I don't know if this is going to show, but the Sentinel base
looks good.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. It lights up. The chest lights up. The eye lights up. And then where it's missing kind of flickers. You're not going to be able to see it against my leg.
Still, it looks good. You can put that amongst the Legends or wherever you want.
Tempted, yeah. What else? I got Storm Shadow. Finally.
Nice.
He's been sitting in my loot pile for a couple of months. Firelord came in.
No, you had that before me. It was just in your pile of loot, wasn't it?
It was just in the loot, yeah. Toad.
Nice.
Finally showed up. And then I cannot believe how big this thing is. The Retro Sentinel.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
This thing is huge.
Yeah. Well, it's in scale. It's meant to be in scale with the little ones, isn't it? So.
The little ones, yeah. He is. I mean, he's kind of close to how the HasLab scales with the figures. I feel like he's a little shorter, but I wanted him for the desk, and I feel like he would look cool in a picture with the HasLab with the Master Mold head. Like he's making a little one. I picked up this after watching the film. This is the story of Gore. So I never got to finish it, so I'll be reading this.
That's better.
Much better than the movie.
I was about to say exactly.
I enjoyed the movie, but like it was out. We're not going to get into that. I got my first Action Force.
Oh, nice. Who did you go for?
It's the Big Bad Toy Store Steel Brigade, the Night Ops.
Nice, yeah. Great
This
choice.
is my first one, and I got a weapons kit, and I'm actually going to open this while we're talking.
Go for it, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, go for it.
And I think that's it. I'm expecting. I got Despair on sale at Target, so he'll be showing up. The Ock and Silk 2-pack is supposed to be here Thursday, and the Vows pack is supposed to be here Friday. So
nice.
We'll see. But months of nothing, and then everything shows up at once.
Usually how it works. Yeah, usually how it works.
I'm not complaining, but my bank account's not happy.
Yeah, usually how it works, unfortunately. Let's go underneath you to Jay. Jay, what you been buying?
Right. Few things, as usual. The pile, as ever.
That's why we're here, my friend. That's why we're here. It's like
so,
AA, isn't it? But for toys. It's just like, just
it's
get it
literally, yeah. I think we've got about 7 things in the pile, so not too many. So I've got a Marvel Legend, which I haven't actually bought a lot of recently. So
Vulcan, nice.
I've got Vulcan. I haven't checked for the bottom is attached.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't twerk it. We found out that's what Brandon was doing. He was twerking it.
Just a couple away from completing Bone Breaker. I just need Siren and Darwin. I'm hoping those two will go on sale, so I'm trying to be strong and hold out. We've got a little Skeletor. Got the Terrator Skeletor for Masters of the Universe Origins, because I try and collect those as well.
Nice.
Let's get into the good stuff. So we've got the...
Hey, there you go.
Hey, the old Turtles SDCC box has arrived.
Yeah, so most of us, I think all of us in the UK who ordered that have got them. Tom, did you get yours? I'm assuming you did. It's behind you, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, very nice.
So I'm glad that's turned up. I'm still waiting for Mattel Creations to actually get the WWE ring here, which apparently shipped before that.
Has anyone in the UK, Jay, got that ring yet, though?
A couple are on eBay. It's 650.
Okay.
So they do seem to have the box. So I'm hoping it'll come soon. But the Mattel don't seem to give any tracking, which is helpful.
That's annoying. For something that pricey, you'd want some tracking, yeah.
So I've emailed them, but they're ignoring me.
Yeah, of course.
Bill turn up without any tracking.
Yeah, Mark's did. Mark, your Batmobile turned up, yeah?
True. Yeah, it's just turned up on my doorstep, Jay, and everyone. Yeah, my Batmobile, yeah.
It's been about 2.5 weeks now, so I'm guessing hopefully it will just randomly appear out of nowhere.
Well, I just think the NECA stuff usually takes about 3 and a bit weeks, doesn't it? So if they're paying for like baseline international shipping, I'd say give it a month before you start sending snotty emails.
Yeah, so living in hope. Yeah. Got Shredder, the Secret of the Ooze version.
I just like the big dandelion that he holds.
Yeah, it's in there, isn't it? It's in the corner somewhere. So I'm looking forward to getting that open.
Mama, you've got Toko and Razor, aren't you?
No, I've got them on order. They're on.
Okay. You got the second time round. Yeah,
I wasn't going to collect Secret of the Ooze because I'm not a massive fan of that film as much as the first one. But when they announced the Turtles and the second chance at Toko and Razor, I thought, okay, I'll get them because I'll probably regret it, as you know. And then we get into the Mezco section. So I've got the Wolverine as well.
So that's the same one that Cloud's just shown off.
Yeah, yes, the same one Cloud's got.
And you get a lunchbox as well to take to work. Nice.
It's a metal tin.
It's actually metal, unlike the what was it? The Pudgy Pig was it that came in a lunchbox?
Oh yeah, that was a cardboard box. Yeah,
actually a lunchbox. So I opened Wolverine yesterday. Absolutely brilliant in hand. You get like 10 heads as well, which is just
really 10 heads.
Yeah.
8 or 10 at least. There's loads of them there. Absolutely loads of the things.
8. There's 8.
Yeah. Then I got the. What did I get? Actually, I'll show this off first. The missus bought me a mug. She thought it was
that's very nice.
For my obsession with this sort of classic item.
Nice. For people that are unaware, Jay is fiending for that classic dick.
Now here we are. Now here is a clue to classic dick.
Yeah.
And look at this in the corner down here. What is that?
It looks like classic dick to me.
That looks like classic dick to me. Come on, Mezco. Let's give me a classic dick to go with that Batman. So yeah, Batman Two-Face. And the final thing, and this is Tom's fault completely.
I blame Tom as well. Whatever it is, it's definitely Tom's fault.
So I used to own this figure and then sold it and now had to buy it at a ridiculous price. So Mezco Conan has returned to the collection.
Ah, okay. Isn't he
like... It's my fault that you sold it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We blame you, Jay. We blame you.
Yeah, it's Tom's fault I had to rebuy it though. He kept showing me pictures and I was like, well.
Yeah, that's a decent figure. I can imagine that has only gone up on the aftermarket as well.
Yeah, so I bought it originally for 100.
Yeah.
Sold it for 185, and I've had to rebuy it for 192.
Okay. Okay, so at least it's only a little bit more than what you originally sold it for.
Overall, I think I've spent 107 net, so we're probably okay. But Conan has returned, if my math is correct, and that is the pile.
Before we move along, let me just pay attention to this guy who's just started a YouTube channel, Hero Collections. You may have heard of him. He's just used the channel membership token to say hero or zero. This live gets a hero from me. Well, we appreciate that. And this also gives me an opportunity to not only plug your YouTube channel, Brandon, but also to try out my new screen. Now, this is the first time I've had 8 people on screen, and I'm going to try and get up the web while there's 8 people on. So I've never done this before, and so I'm hoping it works. Okay, let's see. And I'm over here. Hello, everybody. Hey, how you doing? Hey. Hey. Anyway, underneath me is Brandon's new YouTube channel, Hero Collections. I'll post a link in the chat as well. So Brandon is doing his very first ever live stream on the channel tomorrow, and he's got a very, very, very special guest. Can anyone guess who it is? That's right, it's me, that's right, everybody, it's me. So yeah, I'll be on Brandon's channel tomorrow for his very first ever live stream, so please come and support Brandon tomorrow. He's going to be in charge of Streamlabs, so I'm going to proper freak him out and ask him to like bring up images and bring in a guest and just make him really nervous. So we shall see how he handles it tomorrow. But shout out Hero Collections, please go and support all his videos. So he's doing like they're not, he doesn't want to call them reviews, they're hero or zero, so a quick first look at figures, and even the super producer's doing some amazing thumbnails for him as well, the type of ones that YouTube like. But considering the amount of subscribers he's got, his videos are doing really well, so bravo, Brandon. Nothing but success to you, my friend. Yeah, the peer pressure finally worked, so now he knows the hustle. So yeah, shout out Brandon as always. Go and give him a follow. Its link is in the description and in the chat as well. If it's not in the description, I'll put it in there for the replay crew. All right, but my screen works anyway. Yeah, okay, 8 people and YouTube. That's pretty good. All right, let's keep going around. Let's keep going back around. Swing back around. All right, let's go to our newcomer today. Oh, my friend, this is it. This is the moment you've been waiting for, to show off toys to people that actually care, people that actually like the same stuff. Let's go for it. What have you been buying?
All right, so recently I've had the controller wave show up, so I got Quake here.
Nice.
Okay, I'm the wrong way. Yeah, so I got her, and I got...
Did you just get one Quake, or are you going for 2 so you can make Maria Hill as well?
Just the one.
Okay.
There was only one at the GameStop I'm at, and I don't really need both of them. I can interchange the heads if I need, but
you can.
I just want the one.
Yeah, nice.
I also got Iron Man from the wave as well.
The Mark 70. Yeah. The Alex Ross. Yeah, looks really good. That one surprised me of how much I liked it in hand. It was one because it didn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. I originally thought I didn't need it, but it's too good. Too good.
Yeah, it's my perfectly mind's eye of Iron Man, so he's perfect for the shelf.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I also got for NECA. I got the Predator.
Ooh. That's the city. Is that the City Hunter one, or which one's that?
Yeah, it's the City one from NECA. The new one. I just saw it at our Toys R Us the other day.
Nice, yeah. I've got him on the shelf somewhere. That's the the one that's hunting Danny Glover essentially from the second Predator movie. That Predator line goes. I think they've released at the end of Predator 2. There's a scene where they're on the ship, and there's like a couple of Easter eggs to like aliens. There's like an alien skull, and there's like a tribe of Predators. You only see them on screen for like seconds, but I think NECA have actually made every single one of those Predators from the end of Predators 2 now in figure form. So nice little collection to get.
Yeah. I only have a few Predators, so I'm so happy to get this one.
Nice.
To expand the collection out. I also got this guy here from Black Series. Was a
Bosk.
Bosk. He's one of my favorite bounty hunters. I've been looking for him forever. This is like another grail of mine that I've just been looking for forever. So I just saw him in the comic book shop the other day. Had to get him.
One of the OG bounty hunters from The Empire Strikes Back. Standing there with the rest of them. Have you got the rest of them? You got like IG, is it IG-88? IG-88 and...
Yeah, I don't have IG-88 or Forlom and Zuckus. Those are the only 3 I don't have. I have all the other ones now, though.
Nice.
That's good.
I think those are pretty easy to obtain if you needed to backtrack anyway.
Yeah, they're pretty readily available.
Yeah.
And then I also got this, one of my first Ninja Turtles purchases. I got from Hall.
Oh, the 4-pack. Nice.
4-pack there. So that's my turtles right there.
That's a great way to start the turtle collection, and you're basically leaping into the rabbit hole there because now you've got the 4 turtles. It's go time. You can get anyone you want now.
Yeah, that's like my first turtles buy. I got some retro cards behind me, but other than that, that's all the turtles I really have. So I'm not looking to go too big into it because I don't need another line, but I want to get a few of the villains and kind of flesh out that collection a little bit.
Well, you got the 4 turtles. That's the main part of it. So now anyone else you add now just complements the 4 turtles. So again, create the magic about collecting, my friend. You can create your own rules as you go along. So all good. But yeah, some nice little haul there. Nice mix of things as well, which I like to see too.
Yeah, nice little bit.
Yeah.
And and the downside of collecting is you can never just have a few. You will just keep adding.
Yeah.
And adding and adding.
Yep.
And
Turtles does become a problem.
Yeah. Look behind us, for God's sake. It's an addiction. We need help. This is just a cry for help. That's all this stream is, really. All right, beautiful. Let's go across to Mark. Mark, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
Real quick, Owen. I just noticed your hat. They're my hometown team, the Bucks.
Awesome, man.
Football, Dan. American.
Yeah, I pretend I know what that means. Go Bucks. Yeah.
Bucks, yeah.
No idea. Okay, I was annoyed this week because the Premiership didn't play this week in respect for the Queen. The Queen would have wanted them to play on. That's what I'm saying, but never mind. Okay, Mark, what have you been buying?
Not much for me, Dan. Yeah, just 2 things really. I picked up on sale from Star Action Figures Infinity War Captain America just because he was quite cheap. It was about £14.
Exactly. On sale, you can't go wrong with that.
On sale, you can't go wrong, exactly. And then from Toys R Us, I got a third-party figure, which I know Tom's got already, called the Revenger, which is basically the Capcom Punisher from the game Punisher game.
Okay.
He's quite good, but he's a little bit fragile. But I always really liked that game, so I kind of really wanted a figure from that game.
So you said it's third party. Who made it?
Third party. I don't actually know what the name of the company is. I think it's called Earcaz or something like that. It's got an unusual name. Tom, do you know the name of the company?
Yeah, it's a weird name. Earzark or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Have they made anyone else that we'd recognise, or is that like their first venture?
I think that's their first venture, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm kind of hoping they do a Nick Fury as well. I'd like them to do a Nick Fury, or not Nick Fury maybe, because of it being third party. But yeah, it's all right. A little bit short though. I don't know. Did you think that, Tom? Like a little bit short?
He's a bit short. He's a bit slender. And the joints are a bit floppy, to be honest.
A bit floppy. Not a fan of floppy things.
But that's my only 2 pickups this week, Dan. So yeah.
Good timing, Jay. Good timing there, the call. Yeah. Your missus does know what classic that you're on about, right? Because she may be a little bit confused here.
No, I think she's just confused in general.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair. Right, let's go across to my variant. Dan, there you are. Hello, Dan. Hello. Imagine if I just stepped through this white wall and I was there in the background. That would be freaky, wouldn't it? Right, okay, so you're hungover, but hopefully you're sober enough to show some toys you've been buying, if any. What have you been picking up?
Well, it's been a bit quiet recently, but I did get the Lizard and the Sentry, amazing figures. And I got this guy.
Firelord.
Love this guy. He's amazing. He kind of reminds me of Lino, like the head sculpt.
I guess so. Yeah, with the flowing hair.
Yeah.
I was going to say, have you gone for the Galactus this year? Have you in for the HasLab?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
I had to. Yeah.
Yeah. So then Firelord's perfect for that. Another Herald to the crew. Do you have the Heralds that are out so far?
Yeah, so I've got the 2 Silver Surfers, so like the original, and then the
Fallen,
the Fallen, the Fallen one. So I've got that, and I've pre-ordered the Terrax pack, so I'm excited for that as well. So that'd be wicked. But the only thing is like I don't know where I'm going to put anything. I'm running out of space.
Do you have a setup like a display place or?
Yeah, so I've got like a glass cabinet, which is like right next to me here. But that's pretty much, and then I've got like my, I'll show you.
Yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a little peek.
Kind of.
Oh, so that's like a fancy one with doors. Oh, that's protected. Nice.
Yeah, so because I was kind of getting a bit kind of annoyed with like dusting. So I was like, I need something to kind of like hide them. But I didn't really think about it because I was like, oh, I'm not going to get that many like legends, so I don't need an actual big one. But actually, yeah.
They look packed. That shelf looks packed. Are there risers in there, my friend? Like these guys are going to laugh at me for saying this, but are there risers in that cupboard?
No, but I do need to get some. I do.
Risers changes the game, my friend. Or I'll put you in touch with my business that I definitely don't take commission for. I don't really. I have no commission in risers, but I just think they make a difference to the display. That's all. Especially a display like
definitely.
that where it's packed, like because you can't see who's on the back row. You only see the front row. Do you know, like
you
need to see who's behind.
Yeah, I mean, like I put like the big like builder figures in the back, so you can kind of see them. But yeah, I've been kind of because I did get some just clear risers, but when I put it in, it kind of limited the amount of space I had in there. And also it was like too high, so I was like, damn. So I definitely need something else. But yeah, I'm just trying to look out for.
You can get like a pack of like flight stands on like AliExpress for like £10, nothing expensive, and you can just like any of the flying characters, just whack them on a flight stand, and there's still plenty of room underneath to put, and it just makes a simple display like that pop a little bit more when you've got a bit of life to it. So
oh, definitely, yeah.
I'll send you some links to some cheap flight stands.
Oh, amazing! Yeah, that'd be wicked.
Yeah, I buy like a fresh pack every couple of months just so I've got some on. Oh, look, they're here. So like it's like a pack of just risers. They're just simple. Like they're nothing fancy, but they do the job. And once you've got them in a pack display, there you go. Cloud's got the same. So yeah, nice.
Yeah, I definitely need to get some more of those. But there is one thing that I did get, which is amazing. It's not Marvel Legends, but it's this guy, if you can see him.
Oh, what's it? Mondo.
Mondo.
Yeah.
Mondo.
Mm. That's the Wolverine meme, essentially.
Yeah. My friend actually got this quite a while ago, and then he only just gave it to me recently. But yeah, it's incredible.
So are you keeping that like on card to keep on display like that forever? Because that is an actual figure, posable figure, isn't it? But it's boxed in that meme.
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it in the box. I have to. I think it's one of those things where it's like, because the box is kind of part of it, like in my mind.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So definitely going to keep it in a box. But yeah, I'm kind of like.
It looks great. At San Diego Comic-Con, Mondo was showing off other characters in that line as well. So they are going to continue doing animated X-Men characters. I think they showed off Jubilee. Maybe Magneto, maybe I'm making that up. Does anyone remember at Comic-Con?
Magneto.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, that they are continuing in that line is all I'm saying, Dan. So like
they're pricey though.
Yeah.
It's pricey.
They are.
Yeah. Like with shipping it came to like £200.
Oh yeah, that is pricey.
I mean, like I think the figure was around about 100. But then when I found out with the shipping, I was like, oh god.
Was that because it was imported? You might find some UK stores actually carried it, maybe. I don't know. I assume like maybe like a Comic and Cocktails would have carried something like that. I don't know for sure. Worth a look.
Yeah, well, I'll have a look. Because definitely like because I think I saw a Morph one.
It could be.
And I was like, oh, that looks wicked. But I've got the Marvel Legends one on order, so I'm like, maybe I'll stick with that one.
Yeah, this is probably the best out of the VHS line so far, his Morph.
It's incredible.
Yeah, for sure. All right, nice stuff, people. Nice stuff. All right, beautiful. Lots of new toys. I love how everyone collects something different as well. It's never samey, so I appreciate that. So, as I said, today's stream is just basically a general chit-chat, general discussion on the week ahead, which I'm assuming we're all going to think the same thing. But if I bounce to this screen real quick, Dan Yoon on Twitter has said next week is going to be interesting with the cheese and bread emoji. So I'm assuming we all think it's HasLab there. But if we scroll up, something else I found interesting is that he says at D23 showed that we've been busy with MCU figures. Or we're going to be busy with MCU figures. But PulseCon will show you that we are busy with Comic Legends 2, Akuna Matata. And I always sort of crack jokes of that. Sort of, for some reason, there's that vibe in the community where people feel like you have to pick a side. And you don't have to pick a side. You can like both. But I reckon people are going to be very happy to see that Hasbro PulseCon is going to be comic heavy as such, because there's still a lot of characters to go from. So I think we've still got a Legends and Liquor before we do PulseCon, so we'll do like proper predictions then. But just for a general chit chat today, I guess my question to you guys would be, what do you think Dan's alluding to here? Is it the HasLab? And again, this is our last final go at predicting what the price is going to be. All right, so I want to get a price off yours, and then also a comic figure you'd like to see. Just a random, it could be any character. but we know comic figures are coming, some comic announcements. So just a comic character that you personally would like to add to your collection, whether it's completing a team or anything like that. All right. So they're the two sort of questions I'll throw at you, and we'll go around. And Tom, you're up top. We'll start with you. So HasLab this week. Is it this week, or is he on about something else?
I think. Well, it's got to be this week, hasn't it?
What day?
Well, I kind of thought they were going to hold out till PostCon because obviously if it has a limp start, then they look a bit like they've got egg on their face by the time PostCon comes around. So if they do launch now, then they've got to be pretty confident with it.
Yeah, they want to hype it up at PulseCon, I think, as well. So like they release it now.
But last year they launched all the HasLabs at PostCon.
Did they? Didn't they do a separate Galactus stream?
No.
Galactus
was before.
So they launched the Ghostbusters and the G.I. Joe one.
Oh, other brands. Okay.
And I can't remember what was happening with the Rancor, but maybe that launched then as well.
Oh, okay.
Rancor announced at HasLab or at HasbroCon as well.
Okay, so you're right. Yeah, you are right. There was HasLab launched at PulseCon, but in regards to Legends, the Galactus was launched before, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I'm just saying last year they didn't launch one a couple of weeks early.
Okay.
And then still have it running because that's the only. If you had a situation like that with the Rancor, you're going to be sitting there at PulseCon trying to forget what's going on.
Okay.
Or bigging it up and everyone shitting all over it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no. You again.
I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying it's a risk if you launch it now.
Look, that's why we have these conversations, just for a bit of fun. Like, but if it's not HasLab, then what's he on about? It's a bread and cheese emoji there. That can only mean one thing.
I'm assuming it is the HasLab, but I'm just surprised they didn't hold off and launch it at PulseCon.
Maybe he's just hungry. Maybe he's just saying he wants a sandwich. Maybe a baguette, a cheese baguette. Get this man a cheese baguette, someone, for God's sake. All right, cool. Okay, and then back. Okay, to comic characters. What's that one comic character you've been dying to add to the collection?
I don't know if there's one. I'd like more villains.
We'll throw someone
I'd like
else.
Mole Man, really.
Mole Man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd like Mole Man. First villain for the Fantastic Four. That would be good. Nice classic villain. Good shout.
We could get him on a retro card before they all disappear.
On the Fantastic Four retro card would make sense. He was on that classic Toy Biz sort of 5-inch line back in the day with a couple of moloids he had in the packaging as well. That'd be cool to see. I'm not mad about that. I'd buy 2 of them because I'm a sucker like that. Let's go across to Laser Pants. Laser Pants, my friend, what is this man on about? Does he just want a cheese sandwich?
Maybe. It's possible. I think he's probably alluding to the HasLab. Maybe we'll get the first tease. I don't think we're going to actually see it probably until PulseCon. So I think you'll be waiting to see the Hell Charger until we get to PulseCon, which is only 2 weeks away.
It isn't. So we haven't had you on for a while. So obviously we've been talking about the Ghost Rider for a while. So where do you land with that? Is that something you're looking forward to? Something you'd want, depending on the price, or is it something you're already planning on skipping in your head? Like, where do you sit with the HasLab?
Being that I have this large collection room and I'm already running out of space, and Ghost Rider is not towards the top of my fandom of Marvel characters, I'll probably pass on it if it is the Hell Charger. Which, I mean, come on, it's got to be the Hell Charger.
Yeah.
I mean, little doubt.
What would change your mind? What would change your mind if it was like if it had the unlocks as like Danny Ketch and his bike and Mephisto was the 4th unlock, and like if they started to get crazy like that?
What would change my mind is if it could be stripped down of all the flames and effects and just look like a Charger, and the price.
Yeah, of course.
Like 200, okay. Anything above that, probably not for me. But I think it'll be at least 250. So I think right there I'm out. If I was a bigger, Ghost Rider fan, of course I'd pick it up. But you keep in mind there's other big 112 vehicles coming that I want to save my money for, and I would really like to see him do HasLab Ant-Man, a new Giant Man, right? Or maybe some Frost Giants. We talked about that on the last 3POA podcast. I would love something like that. So at this point with my collection, I'm focusing on what I'm really into.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And Ghost Rider I've never really been into that character. So
I've been saying for a while on the channel that we've genuinely been in the golden age of collectibles, not just Legends, but most other lines that have been hitting their prime. But as we move into this new era where prices are just getting higher, and like we are slipping out of this golden age, and you've got to be a lot more selective with what we're buying, and with prices going up but the content's getting less as well, it's not making sense to a lot of collectors. So you're not the only one on that sort of fence as well. We've been speaking to a lot of people on this stream, and that people are on the same page where the idea of it in principle sounds good, but when you start breaking it down, is it really worth it? So we shall.
I mean, for me, I really started dialing back my collecting of Legends in 2019. I was all in up until 2019, and it wasn't so much. I mean, they were still $20 then, right?
Yeah.
So for me, it was more of a. There's so many of them. You know, I'm not going to buy a second house to display them all.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm not really the kind of person that collects and then throws it in a bin and doesn't display it. Like if I buy something, I want to be able to put it on a shelf somewhere.
Yep.
So I need the space. So I dialed it back in 2019, and then January of this year, I really dialed back what I buy from Legends. I'm totally out on the MCU unless it's a character from pre-in-game. Like that's going to be my focus with MCU going forward.
But you've capped that though. You've got an MCU display, haven't you? But you've just capped it at Endgame. So it's not like you're out and you're selling what you had. You've still got a nice collection, but for you, you've sort of built that wall and said, no, I'm happy with what I've got.
Right. Yeah, if they put out more characters from pre-in-game MCU, I'll get them. Now, there's one caveat. I cheat a little because I like the Spider-Man stuff, so I still got like the No Way Home, and the Far From Home stuff. But anything else besides that, I passed on. I used to have like a sheet of like a note on my phone of all my pre-orders, and under Pulse for Marvel Legends, it was long.
Yeah.
And now I think I might have 5 Legends on pre-order.
Yeah. We're all sort of creating new rules for ourselves, I think, as figures prices are getting higher. We've also got to make these subcategories of our rules of like, okay, well, I genuinely can't buy everything, so I'm going to have to start pick and choose somewhere, whether it just focus on X-Men or just focus on Avengers or what, like Spider-Man, like you said. So, yeah.
It's not even just Legends for me. I've dialed back. Like, I love Rumble Society for Mezco. I love Mezcos. I've dialed that back too, man. I'm sticking with one Rumble Society theme, like the street level stuff, Gomez and Skull's street level. I'm not going to get the fantasy stuff they're doing. It's just too much, and prices keep going up, and I'm running out of space. So
we got. As I said, we got to keep it fun. So keeping it fun in regards to a comic character. What comic character are you waiting for Legends to finally do justice?
I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Okay, I'll allow it.
3 characters.
Okay,
and they're all Warriors. The Warriors 3. I want a Warriors 3 box set.
Nice.
Fandral the Dashing, Hogan the Grim, and Volstagg the Enormous.
Yeah, I'll take that.
We're overdue.
Yeah.
We've never had them in Legends form. I don't think they've ever been done in action figure form. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think the 90s Toy Biz ever did them.
Not that I can think of at all. And again, we need some more Asgardians to fill up that sort of... We've got lots of Asgardian characters, but those are 3 glaring gaps. We've got a pretty decent Lady Sif in that A-Force 5-pack. We've got plenty of Thors. Couple of Lokis recently.
We even got a decent Odin Build-A-Figure.
Yep, the All-Father wave, yeah.
I have a couple Mythic Legions in my display to fill in holes.
Yeah.
But I want the Warriors 3 and a Comic Heimdall. That'd be awesome too.
Yeah, I'd take it. That's a good choice. Warriors 3, I'd buy it. I'm sure these guys would as well. All right, let's keep going round.
Dan,
yeah.
Did you see we got an answer to this tweet? Daniel's in the chat. He said, "I just like grilled cheese."
Oh,
we're thinking way too deeply into this, guys.
I told you, the man just wants a cheese sandwich. It's because I put his picture in my thumbnail. I knew he'd be lurking today to see what we're talking about. But shout out Dan Yoon as always, giving us these nuggets to talk of. But someone get that man a cheese sandwich for God's sake. All right, Rush, over to you, my friend. Final thoughts on the sort of HasLab before we inevitably think it gets revealed, and comic characters.
I think that it is going to be the HasLab that's talked about, because Dan Hu is really good with what he does, and when it hasn't been about HasLab, he makes sure he says that. So with the fact that he posted about it and hasn't turned off the thoughts about HasLab, I think we're going to get
he's very
HasLab
good at setting expectations, is what you're trying to say. And so if it wasn't, he'd say, yeah, you're right.
And since Dan is, watching and listening, good thing to do found enticing or adding other things around it helps out. You don't have to actually put them up for pre-order, but talked about a wave that may go along with the Ghost Rider, maybe a Midnight Suns game wave. Announce that at the same time to entice people. It's like, hey, this is coming out later. Let me get this now. Might help your sales there. But with the price of the HasLab, again, I have two opinions on it. If it's like a package deal where it's the charger as well as the bikes, thinking it's going to be about 300. If the bikes aren't included, it might be tiers or no bikes period, thinking more of the 200 250 price range. With that, it'd also be kind of interesting. Once it's kind of MCU, but they kind of at D23 yesterday, they showed the Werewolf by Night teaser trailer that's coming in October. So that would be a nice figure to announce to go along with the release, like a single, like, deluxe MCU release. So those are my thoughts. When it comes to, figures I would want, kind of like Laser Pants, I always shout out 3 figures that I'm waiting for. And that's Exodus, Random, and the Marvel, the X-Men character, Executioner.
Okay,
that came out after the Executioner song.
Yeah.
So those are my 3 that I keep, saying about. So
nice, X-Men themed. I like it. We shall see. All right, let's move across to Dan. Same questions to you, my friend, in regards to this HasLab. What are you thinking? What price are you going for? And then a comic character that you'd like to see.
I'm kind of thinking it's going to be maybe 250. I feel like it would be justified. I mean, if you look at like the Galactus, like the detail, like the work that went into that, you kind of, if it's going to be the Hell Charger, I can imagine how much detail that's going to go into that, and probably maybe some lighting inside, for the flames and stuff. Yeah, I think that would probably be about right. I mean, I'd love it to be cheaper, but
would you be happy for 250 if it was? Is that something where you'd still back it?
I mean, I think it's one of those things where you're only going to be able to get it there and then, and if you want to get it later, you're going to pay crazy money.
Whether you like it or not, every single HasLab project across all the brands has went up on the aftermarket. Whether you like the concept or not, that is just the facts. So yes, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, I would love it to be 200, but I feel it might be like 250, and I'll still go for it.
Yeah, not that
I don't want to kill everyone's buzz here.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Honestly, I think under 300 for this Ghost Rider thing is not realistic. I would love to be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to say it. I don't think under 300 is realistic. I think probably 300 and up, maybe 350. I mean, if we paid 400 for Galactus, that was a year ago, and now we see the price of the His tank, which they don't pay a licensor fee for that, right? They don't have the royalty. Hell Charger, we do. So I'm thinking 300 minimum. Like I said, I'd love to be wrong. Dan Yoon is in the chat. He could tell us.
Yeah, tell us.
Let us know.
Just tell us. No, for the record, I completely agree. Last year, the HasLab was the most expensive. I know we've only had 2, granted, but £400 for Galactus. Like, I only got 1, and I was lucky I managed to get 1. Like, I had to move things around to even be able to get 1, because I didn't want to miss out on Galactus. So, I do think we are looking at £300 to £400 again, to be realistic, and that's why I think maybe they're going to add the bikes to it as well to try and justify the price. I don't know, but no, I think Laser Pants spot on. I do think we're going to be looking at over £300. I would love a cheaper HasLab, I really would, but they've got Pulse, and they've got box sets on there now that are over £100. So I think if they were doing something at a more reasonable price, they wouldn't need to do a HasLab. So I don't know. I agree. I do think it would be over £300.
See, the only thing I will counteract that with is both Sentinel and Galactus, with them being actual bodies. There's more molding needed. It's like if you do the HasLab Hell Charger, it's kind of more of just a shell, it depends on how detailed they actually go into this. Because if it's just an outside shell of a car and then you have the seats and everything, there's not going to be that much more molding than putting together a huge like actual figure with tons of articulations. Like, you're not going to have like moving fingers and everything on a car or on a vehicle. So that's the only thing that I think that the price might be a little bit lower, is because it's a vehicle, not actual person requiring tons of articulation.
Yeah, we shall see.
I like that. Yeah, maybe I could see that. I would think that they'd want to keep it at least as detailed as the his tank. Keep it at that level. It's a premium item. But yeah, if they're just doing kind of a shell, maybe with a couple headlights and some flames, a couple figures, and yeah, I could see that.
I always go on.
I suppose it depends whether the his tank price has been artificially inflated to account for the fact that this is going to be set at the same price, and they're just making more off the his tank because they don't have the license fee.
True.
Who knows? But we, again, hopefully we find out this week, and all these questions will be answered. Dan, before we move away from you, comic character that you're dying to add to your collection.
I am gagging for a blob. That would be amazing.
Gagging for a blob. Yeah, I haven't got the Build-A-Figure blob either, so I happily take that too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, blob's a great choice.
Well, I mean, most of like the Brotherhood of Mutants, I really want. Like Destiny, Avalanche.
Avalanche, yeah, for sure.
That'd be amazing. So, but Blob is definitely on my top list of wants.
We got a redo of MODOK. We got a redo of Mojo. We're about to get, hopefully sooner rather than later as well in hand. So Blob's got to be on their cards.
Fingers crossed.
Well, actually, I can actually confirm that it kind of is. I posted in the group chat and everything. Recently on his Instagram, Dwight posted about, I forget what figure, but someone in the comments talked about they're wanting a new updated Blob. And Dwight actually responded to a comment. He's like, yeah, me too. I think it's time that we look into this one. Yeah. And with next year being the 60th anniversary of X-Men Avengers, I think that could be, in the works for next year for the anniversaries.
I welcome it.
Following it.
The other one wasn't Toy Biz either, was it? The other one was a Hasbro Build-A-Figure, just early days Hasbro. So
very early.
Yeah, so it goes for a pretty penny on the aftermarket, I think. Who had one that was trying to sell one, or someone was trying to buy one? I can't remember. One of us were. Yeah, Tom. So were you looking to buy one or sell one? What was it?
It went up, and then I think once they announced, who is it?
Mojo.
Yeah, Mojo. I think the price started coming down again because I bought mine 2 years ago. And I think I sold it for around the same price, but definitely in between. I know Mike sold his for quite a lot. Mine went for 130.
Yeah, it's dropped recently. It's about 110 on the last two recorded sales because I've got one to get rid of there. But I was like, it's not worth as much as I thought.
Yeah, and still, it's pretty good for however old figure at this point. Do you know, so it's got to be about 10 years old now, surely. What year was that? 2000, probably 2009, 2010, maybe. I don't know.
Because it looks great. It looks great, but when you get it in hand, it feels it's a little clunky.
We shall see. Well, again, I'm sure it's on their radar. Like Dwight said, if Dwight says that because he probably knows they're already working on it, so he likes to be like, yeah, we should look at that, knowing he's already got digital renders on his computer or something. So we shall see. Cloud, over to you, my friend. HasLab, final thoughts.
So before I get into that, I just want to say these guys are awesome. Holy crap.
Welcome to the party.
Like, I've been sitting here posing him. This is so cool. And then I've got like a pile of guns over here. I can't get into another line.
And the muzzle flashes as well on top of them.
Yeah. I've got a couple of the girls on pre-order. I think like 2 or 3 of
Wave
them.
3, yeah.
But I'm trying to be good. But like getting it in hand always changes your opinion on it. Seeing how nice something is. Like, this Wolverine made me very excited for the Silent Hill figure that Mezco's doing later this year. So,
look, Action Force could fit very nicely into the Resistance. They could be a sub-team of the Resistance.
Way ahead of you.
Yeah.
HasLab.
Trigger and Desert Rat, Fox.
What's that?
Trigger and Desert Rat.
Okay. I'll make... Stop. I'm opening my phone. HasLab.
Yes.
Holy crap. So the announcement this week, I'm gonna say it's the HasLab. I want it to be, especially if this is something that they're trying to like prepare us for with the bread and everything. I really feel like that's what it's going to be. I do think it's probably not going to be as price friendly as we would like it to be, even though they have gone on record to say that they would like to look into more affordable, like smaller HasLab kind of projects. But I'm anticipating being unhappy with the price. I don't care. I have a card that my wife specifically said, we're going to put it on this card and pay it off.
Nice.
So it doesn't matter, but it would sting less if it was like, oh, it's only $250, something like that.
Like everyone has their price. Like if you're just a casual Marvel guy and you're like you may not go, oh, do you know what? That's too much for a Ghost Rider. But someone like yourself, Ghost Rider is one of your main characters. That's something you've been dying to add. So like you will probably have a different price limit than someone else. And again, no one's right or wrong here. It's personal preference. Hasbro are not forcing anyone to buy these things. It's their job to entice people and make these things desirable, even though we know the price is a little bit sour.
That's not true, Dan. Hasbro forced me to buy their toys. They came to my house. Had a gun.
They don't know where the laser cave is.
It was Ryan Ting. He put the gun like this, and he said, "Get to Target right now."
Maybe they don't know where we all live. They're watching.
Maybe.
I'd
love Ryan Ting to just creep in the background of his video now. Just lock him.
Price aside, I feel like when I got the Sentinel was expensive. That was a big hit for the collection. I'm very used to buying a lot of import figures, so they're like 150. They're expensive. Like the Ronin Warriors are like 150 each. So I'm anything less than that is pleasant for me. But it was a big purchase. But then getting this in hand was just like, okay, yes, I'm happy I spent that money, and I hope I feel the same way about Galactus. It's like one of these things that you look at it and you're like, this looks so cool. I like the idea of having this in my collection. How much am I willing to spend? You put the money down and you're kind of like, I hope it's good. And then you get it and you're like the Mezco Wolverine. That was expensive, but I got it in hand. I was like, okay, this is worth the price point. So whatever they give us, whatever the price point is, I want that same feeling when I get it and I open it up and I'm looking at it and I'm staring at it for an hour just to be like, okay, I get it. This was worth it. As long as I get that kind of sensation out of it, I won't regret dropping a higher price tag than I'm anticipating.
I think at first everyone's going to be like, it's a little bit too much, a little bit hot pricey, just like Lace Pants was saying. But it's their job, once all the tiers are unlocked, like then those tiers have got to make us change our mind. It's like, because after the Hiss tank at first seems pretty pricey, especially if you didn't want like fancy lights or anything like that. But at the end of the day, after everything was unlocked, the Hiss tank felt a little bit better to spend the money, because you're thinking, well, I got 4 figures, I got a retro figure as well, some interchangeable parts if I buy an extra. So like when the campaign was first revealed, everyone was like, oh, I don't know, I'm not too sure. But then once the reveals are done and the tiers are there, it actually, even though yes, it's still an expensive item, of course it is, but it still feels like it's more justified with it got. And I think that's what this project's going to be. Whatever it initially is, everyone's going to be like, ouch, that's more than we wanted to pay. But it's their job with the unlocks and to make it feel a little bit better. But
the Hiss tank was, I'm not a huge Joe collector. I tend to pick up my favorites, but that's actually something I wish I could have gotten behind because of the sense of value that I saw in it, with all the lights and the parts of the figures and like the cannons and stuff. I actually I'm a little bummed I didn't get one of those, but that's the impact it should have is, oh, I missed out on that. That was so cool. Or, oh, I got this cool thing and I'm glad it was worth the money that I spent on it. That's the kind of sense that you should get out of this, no matter how expensive or inexpensive it is.
I agree. I'm just saying these tiers, they've got to be hits. We can't get a bag of bones on a cardboard background. Hasbro are cleverer than that.
What happens?
Hasbro are cleverer. Yeah, I'm sure the Marvel team are cleverer than that. And yeah, these tiers, each of them have got to be great. Like, I'm selfish. I want a figure every time. Like, I want a figure. I don't want extra add-ons. I want a figure. That's how my brain goes anyway, especially with a character line like all the darkish characters that Ghost Rider could give us as well. So we shall see. But in regards to comic characters, maybe not Ghost Rider related, Cloud, what would you like to see?
Feral. specifically Feral, but Wolfsbane as well to kind of finish out those teams. Those are at the top of my list that aren't Ghost Rider related. Otherwise, I would have said Blade.
Yeah, those two are right up there for me as well, for sure. Two characters we need to complete different teams, whether it be X Factor or the New Mutants. We've had that Tigra pinless, like furry body for a little while now. Hasbro made that for a reason. I do think it's likely we may see one, if not both of them, very soon. But yes, I'm with you on that for sure. Let's go over to Mark. Someone get that man a candle or something. You're all right there,
That's
Mark.
right.
Right?
I've begun saving for the HasLab already.
The lights are off. Yeah, electric bills in the UK are literally going up by like 80%. So it's scary times for us. None of us are going to be able to afford it. So yeah, you're doing the right thing. I'm not turn my lights off as well. Everyone sit in the dark. We'll just do a dark.
That's right. I don't think Steam's overrated. Yeah, so I mean, it does look. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it's going to be. I was going to say originally with the bread and cheese thing, bread and cheese, hunger, right? Who hungers in the Marvel universe? Galactus must be a Galactus update, but obviously Dan Young is.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. And we're all wrong. Yeah, maybe you're right.
He's kind of killed that. He's killed that thought process. But yeah, I think it's going to be obviously the HasLab. They're probably going to talk about it. I kind of see everyone's viewpoint. I see what Laserpants was saying, probably with the license and everything, probably around 300. But then, I hope it's 250, or I hope for everyone's sake it's 250. Could come. I mean, they could do quite a lot with it. I think, like flames on it. They could maybe the boot being like a gateway to hell. They could have sort of souls coming out the back. Something along those lines. They could do a lot, but yeah, I think
I like that idea. Like translucent, sort of ghostly piece that you put on, and a light turns on, and they all light up, and it looks like they're coming
absolutely.
out. I like that.
Yeah, I really want to see it. To be honest, with all the hype, I just really want to see what it looks like. I want to see what it comes with. I'm curious to sort of just actually see it, So I'm looking forward to the reveal.
Is it something you want, Mark, or is it something you need to be tempted to buy?
I can live without it.
Okay.
I think I can live without it, Dan. Yeah, I think I can probably enjoy it through like watching, say, you pick it up, Brandon. All seeing YouTube reviews of it, seeing like everyone. I could probably like enjoy it from afar in that way. I think, but I am curious to see what it looks like. I do really want to see it.
Yeah, hopefully soon. In regards to comic characters that you do want to add to your collection, Mark, who are you thinking?
Yeah, so I think both Rush and Cloud gave some really good suggestions, which I hadn't thought of, which I also want. But for me, just to say a different one, Cardiac. I've always wanted Cardiac. So Spider-Man sort of anti-hero. So I don't know whether we'll ever see him, because the rights around him are always kind of a bit of a grey area. But I'd really like a Cardiac.
Nice, yeah. I'm surprised we haven't got one in Legends form yet. So there's got to be a reason behind the scenes why we haven't, surely, because it's a character gets brought up quite a lot. Go on.
Laserpants can answer that.
Go on.
Answer what? I wasn't listening.
Cardiac.
Cardiac?
Why can't Legends give us Cardiac?
Because Eric Larson or the other guy, they might. There's something mixed up with the rights with Cardiac.
Yeah, Laserpants. I think you're right. It's Eric Larson. Yeah. He created.
Yeah, Bobby's talked about that many times.
Yeah, Bobby tried to get Cardiac in the line several times, and it was not allowed. What's his name? The Disney guy.
I think it's Eric Larson.
Yeah.
Jesse
Larson,
Jesse Falcon, that Disney guy. You mean?
Yeah. Jesse Falcon said no go.
Yeah.
This is a complete side note, but as Laserpants here, I'd love to see Bobby do Marvel characters. With what he does with Action Force, all the accessories, things like that. I know obviously, but I'd love to see his take on Marvel characters in some way, like with what he's done with his own design characters. I think it'd be just mind blowing.
Well, we have seen him.
Yeah, that's true. That is true, actually. In the past. Yeah.
But if he had free reign, to do Marvel characters without the budget constraints that he had at Hasbro, I mean that goes for other designers too. They could, if they weren't so constrained by their, the budgets and what they can and can't do, whatever's coming down from the suits as to what's allowed or not, and age restrictions. They have to be age appropriate. Right? Ages 4 and up. So without all of those limitations, it would. Yeah, I would love to see it.
Yeah, awesome. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going down to Owen, my friend. So, Owen, since it's your first time on, did you go in for the Sentinel? Did you go in for Galactus, or have you just been enjoying from afar? What's your stance on HasLabs?
So, I wasn't even collecting Legends when Sentinel came out.
Okay.
So, I completely missed out on that. And Galactus, I didn't go for either, and it's one of my biggest collecting regrets.
It's not cheap, though, my friend. I can completely understand why people are hesitant about it.
Yeah, I didn't have the money at the time, and now I'm just looking back like I'm trying to find them now in the aftermarket, and I just can't even get
good. I wouldn't even bother for a while because when people get them in hand, there'll be people with FOMO and there'll be people willing to pay over the odds. But I just watch vicariously through everyone else for the time being before you think about that, because the Sentinel did stay high, but the Sentinel did start to creep down again as well. So but yeah, HasLabs on the aftermarket are pretty pricey.
The Sentinel now, I've looked on Mercari a few times. It's selling for between $500 and $600.
Yeah.
So it's come down considerably because when they first hit, they were $1,000.
Exactly. Still pricier than the original offering, of course, but it has come down massively, like you said. And I do think the same thing will happen with Galactus. At first, it'll be really crazily high, and you got to wait a while for that hype to die down, and people just maybe wanting to make some room or make some extra cash, because selling something like that is enough change to go and fund the start of another collection, which is what the collecting's all about, isn't it? There's no rules. You can buy, sell, start collecting a line whenever you want. So just jump into the chat. We had a donation from Mike. Mike Heck says, I asked Eric Larson myself, and he says there are no rights issues with Cardiac. So that's what Mike says. So he's
I'm not sure then why I'm not sure why Jesse Falcon always said no to Cardiac.
Maybe he just hates the character. He just really doesn't like it.
Maybe.
No, nobody gets one.
Again, things behind the scenes are always more complicated than we know. We only get pieces of the information. Like maybe Marvel don't want to do anything that's related to certain artists or creative if they've got bad relationships. We don't know, do we? We don't know. We just want Cardiac in figure form. That's all we want, Hasbro. Like, we'll just make it work. So, but that's what Mike Heck says. He asked the man himself. You mates with Eric Larson? How did that happen? Was that a convention or something?
Mike knows like everybody. Yeah, what is going on?
Just hitting up those DMs. That's all he's doing. All right, sorry. Back to Owen then, my friend. So obviously you missed out on the previous HasLab. So you have an opportunity here to go in for this Ghost Rider. So is it something you want? And where's your sort of limit for Ghost Rider?
So yeah, this is definitely something I'm really interested in, and I obviously want to see what it is first, but I definitely am probably gonna get it. I don't know, for Canadian dollars, it's really hard because the conversion from US isn't very nice. It is hard to pay. Like Galactus for us was 500 up here.
Yeah, pricey.
So it's really pricey. So I have to see what the price point is. Hoping it's under 300, but yeah, like Laser Pants there, it's just I don't know if it will go under 300.
Legends on your shelf at the store there, they're like 40 Canadian now.
Yeah, I just went to Toys R Us the other day. It's $44, I think it is. 42.
Oof.
So with the conversion, that's like 36, 35 American dollars.
It doesn't make sense. Man. It doesn't make sense. Like why the conversion is so high in Canada. I don't get what they're adding on to that or something. But
I used to go up to Canada to get a good deal on stuff. You know, the conversion was much, but the prices weren't crazy like that. You know, and they had everything first, but I mean that's kind of over with at this point.
Yeah,
and that's why I say that the conversion is a little bit higher. Same with you there in the UK, Dan. It's like you guys get them first, so that you guys pay a higher price.
The pound is
we get them last. So
the pound is the worst it's ever been. Like honestly, if you look at the pound to the dollar was 1-on-1 at one point within the last 2 weeks, I think, and then we've moved back up by like 0.5 or something. Like the pound is the weakest it's ever been. So like Jay will tell you himself, like we've been buying stuff like even when I'm sending people money via PayPal, like the conversion rate's horrible. Like it's currency's a mess at the minute.
Terrible at the moment.
Yeah, really bad.
That Canadian price is more than we're paying in the UK.
Exactly. Why?
30 quid.
Exactly why? It makes no sense. It's crazy. Poor Canadian, my friends.
Again, it's because we get things so slow here. I mean, if this says anything, I just got delivery. I mean, if we go by the UK, these are months old.
Those old things.
I just got delivered.
Those old things, yeah. Those old things, yeah. We don't need to talk about them. Maybe we get the fast tax then. I don't know what it is, but I do feel bad for people paying. Like, just think we're moaning about price hikes as it is, let alone just random conversion price hikes. It just doesn't make sense. But at least, silver lining and all, you still have Toys R Us there, Owen. I heard you said the sentence out loud. Oh, I went Toys R Us last week. None of us can say that. None of us can say that.
They are opening one, I think, somewhere near me in a department store. But
Macy's.
Thank you.
They have one store in the States. It's in Jersey in some giant mall.
Yeah, no,
of all places.
They're just one-off saying they don't count. We need, unless they're back and they're big stores.
Yeah, an infestation of Toys R Us.
Yeah, that's when they're back. But anyway, Owen. So anyway, silver lines and all. But in regards to characters that you'd like to see, comic characters you'd like to add, who would you like to add to the collection?
Well, so I'm kind of like really behind on Legends, so I just got to buy a whole bunch of ones that are already out. Like my Avengers lineup, I don't really have any of them yet. Like same with like X-Men. I'm still trying to build the Legends of what is already out.
Okay.
But for any new characters, I'd probably want like an Avalanche from the Brotherhood of Mutants. Yep. That would be one that I want. Or maybe Mephisto as well. Comes with the HasLab, maybe.
You're part of our Legends of Liquor group now on Instagram. Just literally ask these guys, like, who do I need to complete this team? And these guys would tell you everyone and the best figure out for that particular character. Trust me, there's loads. There you go. Go on, Lace Pants.
There's a group.
Yeah, you're not in the group. It's called. The group name is No.
Sure. Oh
Laser
no,
Pants.
yeah. Okay.
No,
right,
the No Lace Pants Club. That's what it's called.
Okay. Yeah.
Have you seen?
See how it is?
Yeah, we can help you out trying to track some. I think someone was selling some Legends as well. But we can help complete some teams for you, I'm sure. I
can actually attest to that. I'm going through my boxes and all of my doubles that aren't on the shelf or whatnot, I'm going to be getting rid of. So just after Legends and everything, just talk about, or in the group chat, just talk about what you're looking for, because some of us also have, an extra HasLab maybe.
Are you going to be selling stuff at the Canadian price rates though? Because that's where things get dangerous.
Well, the bad thing with Canada is just how much you get charged for shipping.
Yeah, I was just gonna say shipping is really bad. Just the conversion for shipping, and
especially a box that big.
Yeah. If you're close to like the border, just go into the States, pick it up there, and then just carry it back. It'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad times. That is, again, like me and Jay have been experiencing this recently, trying to like buy stuff from overseas. It's like I ended up paying double the price for Toco and Razor because I've got to get it sent from America. It's just some of those things. You have to just pick and choose what you want and if you're willing to pay the price for it. But yeah, it's just distribution's a bit sloppy all over the place. Like it's weird. Like Playmates don't like us, NECA don't like us.
We still don't have the controller wave here.
Yeah, since Hasbro Pulse UK, honestly, that is the change. Since Hasbro Pulse UK became a thing, there's like a proper flow in the UK now where we never had that. And we spoke about this many a times. UK is smaller than the size of Texas. So like it's so much easier to distribute the toys as soon as they get on, where you guys, you got to give them, every state's like a country in itself with its own rules and its own regulations. It's a lot harder to get them flowing. But yeah,
seriously, we're 2 waves behind over here. You guys are getting the Disney Plus wave, and we just got Bonebreaker. We still need to get a controller and then Disney Plus. So yeah, we're behind.
Yeah, again, it never used to be this way. It really did. You know that. I've been on YouTube for a while, and I used to have reviews months after everyone else. But Eve Rivera has these. How does he get them? Everyone used to ask Eve Rivera his hookups. He knows.
I got the controller. Well, I didn't get the whole wave, but I got U.S. Agent
from retail or online?
Yeah. It wasn't at like Target. It was at my local comic shop.
Okay. Yeah.
Which probably means Entertainment Earth will be shipping that very soon.
They have only been selling cases, and it's infuriating because I have Speedball and Iron Man, and I'm like, just break them up.
That's
oh my god.
Yeah, what's funny is I just got all the different Spider-Man 2-packs and everything. I actually had these pre-ordered with Target. Target still has not shipped these. These came from Pulse America. So everyone that says, Hasbro ships last, I got these before Target
ain't
did.
Target...
Target had these on the shelf.
This is what I'm saying. Ain't Target terrible? And no, Walmart and Target... I listened to a few podcasts, and apparently they're known for just cancelling pre-orders without any updates or anything like that. They're just not very good. So, yeah, maybe avoid
especially
them.
pre-orders that you were able to take advantage of sale. They kind of hold those off. That way, they don't lose money from the sale that they offered for the online pre-orders.
Yeah, we're quite lucky. We've got a few independent stores, and they're all pretty reliable. So, again, but we're so much smaller. So, I guess they're easy to manage and maintain, and the ratio of Legends collectors in the UK is going to be drastically different to the population of collectors in the US. So, yeah, it's just, I genuinely do think it's just a size issue. So, size does matter after all. That's the conclusion of that story. So, right, Jay, over to you. Let's go to you in regards to the HasLab here. It is Dan's tweet. Does he just want a cheese sandwich, or is it about HasLab? What's your price limit? And then some comic legends to round us out.
Right, okay. Firstly, I would trade all early Legends to actually get gargoyles in this country.
See, there you go. An example. We don't get gargoyles. Again, Rush had to help me out with gargoyles. Thank you, Rush, by the way. Helped me out with a lot of the holes in my collection.
No, Mike.
I must not be down with the kids because I had no idea bread and cheese was relating to rap or money. I was like, well, what French figure are they talking about? You've got like backdrop and
a new backdrop, finally.
But Ghost Rider. So we might all be wrong. So this could be a giant inflamed, light up talking head. And then nobody will want it. We can.
That's true. None of us would want it. That'd be the foolish decision they've ever made. Yes.
I might want to join my poor Rancor on the death table. So
if it is a Ghost Rider role play helmet for the Marvel Legends line, then yes, idiots.
Yeah. In terms of it's going to be a hell of a charger, isn't it? All the hype and talk we've had the last few weeks between the groups and everything here it's been about Danny Ketch. So I was like, kind of really do want Danny Ketch and his bike to be included now. So let's hope that they do. In terms of price points, I do think they've got to be realistic here. It's not going to be cheaper than the Hiss tank. So I think you're looking at a minimum of 300, maybe pushing sort of, you say, 350 with the license, or if they really want to feed me negativity like Rich M does, let's put it at 400 and annoy everybody. But realistically, we're probably looking at 3 to 350 really for it. So I do hope with that we're going to obviously have light-up features, because I think they will go full detail like the Hiss tank, because that's got all the interiors done as well. So I don't think they would do the scale tank version. I know Mattel have done the Batmobile, like the remote control one, for like just over 100. But it is, I've seen somebody take it apart online. It literally is just an outer, very thin plastic shell. Mm-hmm. So I don't think they're going to go for that. They are going to go sort of full detail on that. So you're probably talking 3 to 350. I'm going to try and pull all my Christmas presents from the family and go, can you please put some money towards this?
My HasLab fund. What do you want for Christmas this week? Add to my HasLab fund. Yeah.
I literally started today. I said, hello, Mummy, would you like to maybe put something towards this? I think we're going to be charged at some point this week. And Brian Flint, the moment's my sort of drug dealer. He's all these Super 7 lines. He keeps releasing stuff that I want. And I'm like, another license with Nightmare Before Christmas yesterday. I'm like, really?
Yeah, Super 7 is that nostalgia. And Super 7 definitely, whether you like the articulated figures or not, it scratches that nostalgia itch for sure.
It does. And they've gone up to £60 now in the UK as well. So Super 7 for 60 I'm not looking forward to, but I'm like, I kind of want them. So the MCU is on the chopping block. I think DC Multiverse McFarlane's on the chopping block. Need to clear some space and cash, I think, for that.
Rich in the chat, by the way, says £999 and 99p. That's his prediction. He's raising the bar, raising that negativity bar. Yeah, if it's that much, I'm out. Like, even I have my limits, people. He actually says £666 for marketing. There you go. That's a good idea.
There you go.
Not a good idea for wallets, but it did make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. As long as Mephisto's in it. If Mephisto's not in it, then that doesn't make sense. Got to be Mephisto.
I do hope we do get some good tiers. I'm assuming maybe that orb figure that Dwight teased will be
the tiers will make and break a campaign. They broke the Rancor. People didn't back the Rancor because they didn't want the Rancor. They didn't back the Rancor because of the terrible tiers and add-ons just didn't justify the price. So
even when they added the Rancor Keeper, then people didn't back it out of spite.
Too late. Yeah, exactly. Too late by then. That's what I'm saying. So these initial tiers have to make or break the campaign. And I would like to think that the Marvel team are clever enough to know that. So we shall.
I'm still crying over my rifle.
Two things with the Marvel team. One, they are actually fans themselves and they care about their audience, unlike the Star Wars team. And two out of three of your Hasbro Marvel Legends team are very competitive. So they're going to do everything they can to make sure that this is the best, because it's like, even with the whole G.I. Joe, his tank, it's like Daniel was still saying, yeah, his tank looks cool. Galactus still did more.
Yeah.
So you gotta love he's competitive. So they're going to go all out on this.
That's what I'm saying. The his tank was the first to be like the quickest HasLab to get funded. So they're going to want to beat that. And I do think that early bird tier is the best way to do that. Give a desirable figure as the early bird tier, but as long as it's not Robbie Reyes, as long as it's, if they give us the Howard Charger and Robbie Reyes isn't included, he's like some early bird tier. That's some bullshit. It has to be Robbie Reyes and the Charger, and then something else as an early bird tier.
Rush says competitive, and I agree. I would add competitive and petty, which I will get behind that kind of pettiness. I'm down.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. Well, carry on then, Jay. Any so you've said your price. What comic character? We've had a lot of great suggestions. Any more to add?
Yeah, I'm going for the Triple M.
Triple M. Go on. What's this?
We need a Mordo, we need a Mandarin,
yes,
I need a Molecule Man.
Oh, yes to all three, please. That's 100%. I want their Mandarin on the Iron Man retro card just for nostalgic purposes, but that's gotta happen. And yes to the other two as well. So
with the green skin, should he have green skin?
No, not green skin.
I see. I like the green skin. I'd go for yes for the green skin. I want the animated version.
Alternative head.
Yeah, I guess that's
one green, one regular.
Yeah, there you go. That's your work.
As long as he doesn't have a rubber overlaid robe,
like a cone.
the Toy Biz version that I have.
The cone, yeah.
Which renders all articulation completely useless.
It's just a traffic light.
As long as he doesn't have that, I'm down.
It's just a traffic cone on your shaft. That's all it is. But yes, you're not wrong. Hopefully they do a better job than that. But yes, Mandarin, please. It makes sense. Welcome Ultimate Carnage to the members club as well. I've been telling Ultimate Carnage to get on a live stream for a long time. So hopefully him joining the member clubs means he's going to do it. So I hope that is the case. Ultimate Carnage, welcome to the members club, my friend. Welcome. Okay, gentlemen and ladies, thank you very much. I appreciate you all. Fun conversation. Next time we talk, we should know the answers to all these questions. So I'll be able to tell you who was right and who was wrong. And maybe none of us were right. Maybe Dan was just hungry. That's all it was. But let's go around and tell these people where they can find you online. Tom, up top.
Mini Plastic Multiverse on Instagram and Mini Plastiverse on Twitter.
Everyone's links is in the description. I will add Ryan's to it because Ryan jumped in late, but we appreciate you for joining us. He is the host of many a podcast. Please plug away, my friend.
I'm the host of the 3POA podcast on the 3POA YouTube channel, coming back this Saturday night. And then also recently I started with my buddy Jeremy, the Loose But Complete podcast, which is Wednesday night. And this week we are joined by Jason Bienvenu of Spiro Toys, and we're going to be talking Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. Nice. And I think we'll have some Animal Warriors of the Kingdom exclusive reveals on the show on Wednesday, which I'm really looking forward to because that line looks very cool.
Jeremy's making the game to that line, isn't he? That's the partnership there that they're doing.
Yeah, Jeremy, a.k.a. Authority Figure. It's a company him and his brother run, and they are making a tabletop game for Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. It'll function a lot like Warhammer. And they're also making a more generic version of the game that will be able to be used with any of your action figures.
Yeah, it does all sound very
one of the biggest points of entry to me into Warhammer, because Warhammer and stuff like that tabletop gaming has always really interested me. But there's that barrier to entry with the cost, buying the pieces and everything. With what Jeremy's doing at Authority Figure, I already have everything. I just need the board game and the rules, right?
Yeah, what are the rules? Yeah,
so it's cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I went through a Warhammer phase when I was younger, but it was more of a case of just buying them and like painting up the models. And then I never played the game, but I had like a little army of Warhammer people. And then, like you said, the cost cuts you off because it is pricey. What were you going to say, Rush?
Just with Ryan talking about role-playing games, it was just announced that Marvel is going to do some type of role-playing game. I was just wondering if you've heard anything about that. They're going to be there's a rule book that's going to be coming out for it soon as well. I just saw an ad for it the other day.
No, not at all, not at all. But thank you very much, Ryan, by the way. And yes, please go and follow the Free POA podcast and Loose Cut Complete. I really like the intro as well for that. I like the old school intro.
It's all on the 3POA podcast YouTube channel.
And I've been saying, as I said, I really like you as a host, and I said that I'd like to see another regular stream, and so that's in between the weeks. So every week is basically a new live stream, right? So you got 3POA.
That was the plan. Okay. But Jeremy's very difficult. He's a diva. So we're actually going this Wednesday, and then Saturday is 3POA. So they're going to be in the same week for now until we have to cancel a show, and then we'll probably pick up
that's fine.
Opposite weeks. But
look, more content is not a bad thing, my friend. I love this stuff. I drive back and forth to work all the time. This is the type of stuff I listen to, so I welcome it. But yes, please go and follow. I will put the links in the description at the end of the video for sure. Rush, what about you? Where can we find you online?
Instagram, rushfx.ml, and happy to say I just opened up all 3 of my boxes and no QC issues.
Good.
So yay on me.
Do you like it? First impressions?
I'm gonna have fun putting them in my display, so I'll be able to take some pictures for said Instagram. So again, rushfx.ml.
Nice. Links in the description. Let's go down to Cloud. Cloud, where can we find you?
Instagram at cloud_network. And just my Twitter content is changing. I won't be offended if you guys start unfollowing me. Just saying. Just wanted to give a public warning. Things will get a little spicy. So I won't be offended if people drop. Otherwise,
spicy.
It's on.
Basically, it's getting a bit hot in Cloud's house, and clothes may be coming off. That's what he's trying to say. You're gonna get more followers, if anything, out of this clock.
That's seriously. What I'm thinking. Yeah. But I just, out of respect for you guys, if you don't want to see that side of me, I wanted to warn you so you can run away.
We support you all the same, my friend. But yes, nice as always. Links in the description. Go underneath to Jay.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram or YouTube at Jays_toy.
Jay, is your Instagram or Twitter gonna get spicier?
Well, I'll hand this over to David Evans Smith.
There it is.
For that top tier innuendo.
There you go. I set you up perfectly.
Yeah, so I'm on Jays_toy collection UK on Instagram and YouTube. And on YouTube, you will currently find me. I'm building cabinets and also retro gaming. Now I can get the PS4 to work, but I am absolutely terrible. So if you want some terrible gaming, then that's the place.
That's your niche, by the way. It's genius. Like he's not super terrible. It's just that his commentary is hilarious because he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but here I am. Oh, I've just been beaten up. He is pretty funny. Go and watch it. Go and watch his YouTube channel for sure. And then moving across to Owen. Owen, I hope you had some fun here the first time, my friend. Talking toys. As I said, this is a safe place. Do your family support your habits, or they look at you confused like ours?
No, my family, they're good about it. So I live with my mom and my brother, and my brother, he also collects a little bit too. He's collecting a little bit of Black Series clones and whatnot. Nice. So he does come in and check out the collection every once in a while. And my mom's good about it too. So my family's pretty supportive.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good to hear, my friend. Well, welcome all the same. Hopefully you come back. But tell the people until then where we can find you online.
Yeah, so they can find me at Instagram at Billy Jacobs with 2 Z's.
I'll put the link in the description, by the way, people, because I was very confused. I was like, Billy is Owen, Owen is Billy. They're one of the same.
Weird name, but yeah.
It's all good. It's in the description. Anywhere else?
No, that's all. I'm not really on any other social media other than Instagram, really. Yeah, so I just want to say a quick thank you for having me on, Dan, and thanks everyone who's here and really welcomed me in, and it's been awesome.
Oh, pleasure, my friend. Pleasure. As I said, everyone's welcome. It's a safe place to just come and talk toys. That's all it is. But glad you had some fun, my friend. And then moving across to Mark, who's already saving for his HasLab with all the lights off.
That's right, yeah.
So
for me, it'll be Instagram, Tac Tac Customs, and YouTube, Tac Tac Toys with Film, where I talk films and toys and combine the two. And OnlyFans as well. If we're getting spicy, might have a look at that.
That explains the mood lighting, then, huh, Mark?
Yeah, right. As soon as he gets off this stream, he's starting the next another one. That's why we can only see his head as well. Button. Yeah, that's why we can only see his head. He's like, he doesn't want to show under the chin.
Yeah. More to be revealed. That's Instagram and YouTube for myself.
Beautiful. And then variant Dan, the Dan Williams from Wales, with the crazy lighting in the background. It's really good. I really like it. Where can we find you online?
You can find me on Instagram at Odd Mr. Williams, And you can also find me on the streets of London being extra spicy too.
Nice. So you're Welsh, but you currently reside in London, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Do you reckon because we both are Daniel Williams, do you reckon if one day we traded places, it would work? If I just shave my head, would it work?
Yeah. I'm up for it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to try that one day.
I can try growing hair.
It's easy probably for me to shave it off. We can make that happen. We both got the beard on the go. We can make the variant a real thing. All right, cool. Well, pleasure having everyone. Thank you very much for joining me here talking toys. Next time we do this, hopefully we have some answers to some of these questions. I'm going to stay and do all this again and race some ducks with everyone else. But until then, let's give these guys a wave. You guys can drop out the Zoom call and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Go and watch back. Go and watch back the Brady Bunch bit. I promise you, I played the music. Right. Those guys are jumping off, and if you're in Group 2, you can start sending me your fresh DMs, and we can do all that all over again and talk some more toys. And of course, we will end the stream as well with a duck race. Okay. So if you're in Group 2, I don't even think I need to go anywhere. Usually I disappear for a bit, but I've got a drink here ready to go. I just need a bottle opener. Here it is. So the bottle is open. So thank you to everyone who is here watching live, by the way. If you're still here live, we appreciate you. Thank you very much for Ultimate Carnage for upping that channel membership. You've got to come and join us on a stream, my friend. You really do. You can definitely talk toys. You can talk cosplay as well. I'm thinking about doing a fancy dress Legends and Liquor towards Halloween. I've already got what my costume's going to be. It's going to be hilarious. But let me get the chat up on screen real quick and just say hello to people who are still here live. If you are lurking here today, over 100 people watching, please, again, if we're on in the background or you're just lurking, just listening casually on a Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning, wherever you are on the planet, please let me know in the chat. Let me give you a little hello, a little shout out before we get Group 2 in here. As I said, Group 2 can send me those fresh DMs. I am just getting my list up real quick and we should be good to go. Let me just send my list. There you go. Okay, so who else we got here? Okay, so bring toys to work, isn't it? He said, and then Jamie gets you. Jamie, you're about to join us, my friend. You're about to come on. Send me that fresh DM. Greg Finstead says, the Daniel Williams meetup at the big con you were talking about with Brandon and Rich, where you can even coordinate and dress similar to be real variants. That's a great idea, Greg. That is a great idea. Yeah, we should. I need to reach out to people and see who's actually going to be at that Comic-Con. We got Joey JBR with the bumper emojis. We love that. We got Gary's Grails. He says, hey, Dan, how you doing? Magneto is right. How are you doing? And Earl McCartney says, I'll be soon to join soon, my friend. I hope you do. I really do. First, if Chicken's going to be joining us. This man loves drinking chicken. We got CM Brock with a thumbs up. How you doing, Brock? Eddie 1433. No, 1343. Oh, that was confusing. He says, love the live stream. Wow, we appreciate you watching. Thank you for joining us. Ed Who Collects. Hi, Dan. How are you doing, Ed? Welcome to the stream. Compulsive Collector. Watching while on the treadmill. Gotta get that working, my friend. Bravo, fair play. I need to get some something like that going on in the house. I can't. Cardio bores me. Do you know, I've got to have my mind occupied, so I think a treadmill in front of a TV would work for me. I like that idea. I may steal it. Mike Hex is about with the helicopter. I think Mike Hex is going to be joining us as well. Her Hobby says, what's up? Kurt K. Iron Manuel says, watching and working. Working on a Sunday, my friend. Hopefully you're not working too hard. Alexander Fitz says, thanks, Group 1. Excellent chat. It is always fun with everybody. Daniel S. says, happy to have this Sunday off. Me and the missus say hi, says Big Will. Big hello back to Big Will and the missus. Thank you for joining us. Just chatting nonsense here on this Sunday afternoon. Okay, let me go to my Instagram and send some of this link to Group 2. I think we got another full house for Group 2 because we had a late dropout from Joe figured it out. He's got stuck babysitting, but we love you all the same, Joe. And we got Joey joining us instead again. So let me go and send some fresh DMs to people. So Christopher, Joey, fresh DM to Mike, Justin. Fresh DMs are going out right now, and I think that's them all. They're all there, all done. All the fresh DMs are out if you're in Group 2. Beautiful, beautiful. Daryl Shally says, hey yo, my friend. It's very so who said hey yo? Who was it? It was Razor Ramon, wasn't it? That was his phrase. Hey yo. Cloud says, always such a great time with you lot. It is always, my friend. It is always. Look forward to the spicy content. Compulsive Collector says, that's why I started watching your channel. Great way to occupy the mind while working out. Hopefully, I like to be that happy distraction, my friend. As long as we can be that distraction for a little bit, I feel complete. So that's all good for me. And also an excuse for me to drink. Made a show called Legends and Liquor. I should have got some ISO. I've left that one on the side for the last hour and a half. Some ice would be a good idea. Can I get any ice? I don't even know if anyone's in. Teddy, can you get me some ice? Okay, we got 6 people in. I think I've sent all 8 out. Let me have a quick look who I've sent the links to. Okay, so in group 2 should be Jamie, Christopher, Justin, Mike D, First for Chicken, aka Nick, Joey, David, and Kurt K. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I think everyone has been sent the link. Now it's a case of just getting everybody back in to talk some toys. Okay. Okay, 7 people in there. Still waiting for one more person. Who are we waiting for? So we got Jamie in the waiting room, David, Evan, and Smith all in the waiting room. Mike Hex, Justin, First of a Chicken, Christopher, Kurt. So I think it's just Joey, but I accept all these guys in. And I'll go down to my 7th screen and hide myself, and we can start saying hello to everybody. Have we got everyone in? Okay, I think we're good. Wait there 1 second, gentlemen. Make sure I've got a full house. I think we do. Okay, and let's do this. Pow! And group 2 have arrived. Welcome everybody. Let's go around the table. Make sure we can see and hear everybody. Up top we got. Where are you? There you are. David, Evan, and Smith. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
It's an honor. I'm usually underneath you on these streams. Now I'm on top of you. It's been a long.
Is that what you prefer? Do you like to be on top, or do you prefer to be a bottom?
Perfect.
A bottom?
No, right on top.
Right on top.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous. Not going to lie, but we'll carry on. We'll go back that way to Joey. JB, welcome, my friend. JBR the third, shall we say? We've just crowned a king who's now Charles the Third. Are you royalty of such?
Nah, I wish I was. That'd be pretty cool.
But welcome back, my friend, and happy belated birthday. When was your birthday?
It was on Tuesday.
Happy birthday, my friend. How old were you, if you don't mind telling?
I just turned 26.
Oh, you're a young man. That's fine. You'll make all of us jealous here. We're all old people. Well, there's a few young guns amongst us, to be fair. Let's go back the other way to Justin. Justin, how you doing?
Hey, bud. How's it going?
I'm all good, my friend. You well?
Oh, yeah. I had a long work day, but it's all over now. Got next 2 days off.
Nice.
So.
Working on a Sunday?
Yeah.
I
went in about 5 a.m. so I could get off a little early. Yeah.
I could not go start work that early. No way. No way.
I'm talking waking up at like 3:30 a.m.
I go to sleep at 3:30 a.m. I can't do that. It's ridiculous. All right, let's go underneath you to Chris. Christopher, how you doing, my friend?
Okay, how you doing?
I'm all good, my friend. You don't work on a Sunday, thankfully, right?
No.
Good man. All right, cool. Let's keep going. Back round and round. We got First Eat for Chicken. Are you thirsty? Do you drink chicken? Is that we just need to squash these rumors right now?
Yeah, you know that's all it is. No, the real thing, I think I've said this before, is I'm vegan, but my favorite thing used to be chicken.
So
used to be my favorite food. So yeah, I'm just thirsty.
It's just nice to remind people every now and then, just so people keep on. That's all it is. It's nice to remind people. Yep. But welcome,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Then we got Kurt. Who definitely doesn't work on a Sunday because you no school on a Sunday, right?
Yeah, like school on Sunday, Dan. No class.
No class.
Right?
No class. Yeah.
Little Fat Albert reference for you.
No, I appreciate it. Well, welcome, my friend. How is school been? You've just started back, right?
1 week. 1 week down. It's great group.
Okay.
But pure exhaustion.
Okay. It sounds like you need another vacation already, my friend.
I do.
Drink up. Cheers. Cheers to you. Cheers to you. Hopefully we can distract you for a little bit. And then last but absolutely, not last actually, we've got a couple more to go. But I was going to say, Jamie, we could never do this without you, was the point I was making. And someone who was in the meetup last week. So, Jamie, you met Tanner, Jay, and Phil Jones, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And just to confirm, Tanner is a very small man.
Yes, he is. It was.
Tanner's gonna hate me when he watches this on the replay, by the way.
It was weird seeing the legs. and them not having a white box around their heads.
It's going to be weird when I see yous. I may just, when I meet yous all, just carry around a white frame anyway, just so to make you feel a little bit more at home. I think probably is.
Will that be cosplay for Comic-Con?
Yeah, good. Dan on a Zoom call, essentially. Yeah, but no, it was good to. It was good to see you. I was very jealous, to be fair. Good to see you. And then Mike, how are you doing, mate? Hang on. Oh, he's disappeared. He was there. Oh, there you go. You're back again. Sorry, Mike. You nearly broke my neck there.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button when I went to hit unmute.
It's all right.
Well, everybody's talking about making, other services spicy, but why not make, YouTube and Dan's show spicy?
Hang on. I want to keep monetized. Depends what spicy you're talking about here. What's that? What's that you drink showing off? Oh, tobacco. Oh, okay. No, okay, that's fine. That's fine.
We're good.
Okay, that's fine.
That was like a taco soda or something.
Yeah, and me. I thought it was a drink. I thought it was like a can of spicy drink. I was thinking, what the hell is this American nonsense? But no, it's all right.
No, I'm all right. I just drink salsa water anyway.
Okay, cool. All right, sound. Well, welcome everybody. Let's talk some new toys. So let's just get straight into it, and we'll start off with the birthday boy. Oh, by the way, were you watching the stream before? Did the Brady Bunch music play when we were in Group 1?
Yes, it did.
Was it good? Was it?
Man, play it for us.
Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going back. All right, 1 second. All right. Okay, you won't be able to hear
in
it.
The Marsha spot. Yeah. I'm not Marsha.
Well, you want to be on top. That's your fault.
Well,
oh, hang on. We got a super chat real quick. I'll let the super chat roll first, and then we'll do the Brady
Bring
Bunch.
Toys to
Just
Work
for my own
donated
amusement. I want to see it on the replay.
Just wanted to give a shout out to Group 2 as they are just as awesome as Group 1. Looking forward to the stream, gentlemen.
Michael is always too good to us here on the channel. He says, just wanted to give shout out to Group 2 as they're just as awesome as Group 1. Looking forward to the stream, gentlemen. Well, we appreciate you, Michael. Thank you so much. Yeah, of course, we always end Group 2 with a duck race. But first, let me cue up this Brady Bunch stuff. This is just for me to laugh at on the replay for myself, by the way. I look forward to this nonsense, all right? So everyone just start looking around. Everyone start looking around. There you go. Everyone start looking around. There you go. Jamie is well confused because we're in the UK. We never really had the Brady Bunch, did we, Jamie? So we're like, what the hell?
Yeah, and I'm young too.
Yeah, he is true. He is true. It's another young gun in the crew. But there you go. Hopefully Group 1 knew what I was doing to them now. There you go. Yeah, I do like nonsense, by the way. That was just for me. Jay's Toys Collection said David's on fire already. Don't, because if he gets hot, he may start taking clothes off, and then it will get spicy. So keep the temperature down. Keep the temperature down. Right, as I was saying, let's get back to the toys then. We'll start up top with the belated birthday boy. He said he's got some toys, birthday gifts to show off, essentially. So what have you been getting, Joey?
All right, so for my birthday, I drove. I live in South Dakota. I drove down to Texas, which for those of you who are not in the U.S., that's a 17-hour drive.
Wow.
And I got a whole bunch of gifts. First, not toys. I'm just going to show off a bunch of books that I got. Just real quick. Fantastic Four. More Fantastic Four.
Nice.
Are
these books you haven't read, or are you just filling gaps in the collection?
Just filling gaps in the collection, basically.
Yeah.
For Nova.
Is that Richard Rider or Sam Alexander?
Rider.
Yeah, nice.
There's Secret Invasion for Mighty Avengers, and then the Marvel Universe versus Wolverine, Avengers, Legion of the Unliving.
Nice.
The Ultimates, and then Batman Nightfall.
Is this stuff? If this stuff that you pick up yourself, or do you give like your friends and family like a list of stuff that you need?
I bought all the books myself. Next, I'm going to show a bunch of figures I got down in Texas. Some of these were gifts. Some of these were... I bought some of these, and some of these were presents. Or most of them were presents. So I got a bunch of wrestling figures. I got Ultimate Warrior as a gift from my friend Gump down in Texas.
Nice.
The Ultimate Warrior. And then that rocker Shawn Michaels. And then Lex Luger and X-Pac, who were both $12 at Target, so got them on clearance. And then my friend Nick, who was formerly Cowboy Collector, met up with him down in Texas.
I've heard of him. Just another Nick.
Yeah, just got I met up with him, and he gave me 2 bats.
Nice. I've seen the picture online actually of you meeting that with Nick.
Yeah, well, it was really cool to meet him.
Nice.
I got 2 troopers, and then I got a Viper and an Alley Viper, and that was cool.
So is Nick
And
getting out of the
then-
game completely? And is Nick selling off all his toys and just going all full in gamer?
I don't think so. He's
Okay.
still collecting. He's actually buying a lot of toys for right now. I'm looking at a big pile of stuff I got because his birthday just passed too.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give him some stuff.
Make me sad if he stopped buying toys. You've got to keep buying them, Nick.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So then Marvel figures. I don't collect MCU usually, but I got this so I can turn it into a custom for my Captain Britain core I'm trying to build. The Peggy Carter.
I can get down with that. UK repping.
I got Ultimate Spider-Man.
Nice.
These were all gifts basically. There's like 3 of these that I bought, but the rest of them are all gifts. I got Gladiator. Already had Gladiator, but could use another one.
Look, that's a hard to obtain figure on the aftermarket, so it's a pretty good gift.
And then I got speaking of expensive on the aftermarket, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Magic.
No, that was only in the box set, wasn't it? The book of was she in the book of Ashanti? Was that the
Book of Ashanti? Yeah.
Yeah.
She got re-released as the Walgreens exclusive though. King, I was giving King as a gift.
Another desirable figure at the minute.
I already had King, but I'm gonna I'm gonna try to build a council of Kings. And then I bought a Thor Buster because I lost my old Thor Buster figure for my my armory.
Nice.
Marvel Select Ultimate Carnage to go with Ultimate Spider-Man.
Nice.
Ultimate Captain America to go with Ultimate Spider-Man. I got Peter Parker.
Retro version.
And and then I got Super Patriot for my indie comic shelf with my Image Comics figures.
So that's Toy Biz, isn't it? But when Toy Biz moved away from Marvel.
Yeah, it was Toy Biz lost the Marvel license.
Yeah.
And then when I got home from Texas after my long drive home because I kept having car issues on the way home.
That's a long drive, my friend. By the way, in the UK, right, you can get from coast to coast in about 4 hours, I think. So like a long drive to us in the UK is like anything over 2 hours. We're like, no thanks, too far. So to do 17 miles is ridiculous. 17 hours is ridiculous.
Yeah, it was 17 hours there and 17 hours back.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
That was like just over 1,000 miles from South Dakota to Texas.
Yeah, that's crazy.
From where I live in South Dakota to where my brother lives in Texas. So that was crazy. But I got back. I had this package. Didn't realize it had shipped to me because I've been waiting for this thing for 2 years. From Mythic Legions, I got this moose.
Oh, nice. That type of stuff has always intrigued me. Now it's a little bit it's scaled up from Legends, but it's still the type of thing you can hide in a display.
It's about the same scale.
Yeah, mooses. I guess mooses are big, ain't they?
Moose can be up to 10 feet tall, so this is a big.
What famous Marvel character needs a moose as an accessory? Can you think of any, David? You're pretty good at that
Howard
stuff.
the Duck.
Howard the Duck doesn't need a moose.
No,
Why not?
I guess.
True. I just wanted a moose because it's cool. I mean, it's in the same scale as the timber and like Fiona and stuff. I just want to have a whole line of articulated animals. So
Yeah, they've done the Black Horse or the White Horse, and they're re-releasing the other one, haven't they? Like they are doing in Mythic Legions loads of little stuff like that. Well, not little stuff.
I don't have any of their horses. I kind of want to get some of their horses, but this moose, when I saw it for pre-order like 2 years ago, I'm like, I need that thing. I need it, and I've been waiting for it very impatiently ever since.
From what I've seen online, that's pretty desirable. That moose is like not easy to obtain either. Like people missed out on the original pre-order and trying to buy it again. So yeah, nice pickup for sure.
Super happy about it. That's all I got for my birthday so far. I should have a package coming from BBTS tomorrow with more stuff for my birthday. But
great haul there, my friend. Lots of little bits there, some nice additions to the collection. And again, happy belated birthday. Glad you could join us last minute. All right, let's move across then to David, Evan, and Smith. All three of them combined into one. Here he is with the bomb on his head. What have you been buying?
Well, at first I was like, I don't think I got anything, but no, I got like every Spider-Man set that was coming out.
Okay.
So, definitely got this massive winged Venom. I have no idea where I'm going to display it because I have a Venom on every shelf at this point. So
instead of going through every set, how about you give us your maybe favorite three after your initial thoughts after you've opened them all up?
Renew Your Vows Spider-Man is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Great classic Spider-Man, perfect. I just got the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man yesterday, so he's awesome for the classic display. I put him on my 1960s Marvel shelf.
I want to try and display mine like carrying Stan Lee. Do you know, like swinging through the air carrying Stan Lee, like that variant comic cover. So
yeah, I've seen a lot of people do pictures of that. I don't have room to like hang him from somewhere to like swing with Stan Lee, and it's another good one. And I probably love the Tom Holland Peter Parker.
Great figure. Really,
that smiling head's growing on me. So
I know it's just a civilian guy, but that really is a great figure. It represents Peter Parker so well from that trilogy. So
I saw so many of that set down in Texas.
You didn't buy it?
It was at every Target in Texas. No, I didn't. I don't buy MCU stuff. So
this is going to be my selfie series main body for David Evan Smith.
Yeah. So you're going to buy loads of them then, because you're getting about 17 heads.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great. You're gonna have a couple of Neds loose now as well. Then
I know. I mean, at least I'll display one with the Spider-Man mask. That's really cute. But yeah, so those are probably my favorites of all of them. The Iron Spider's great. They're all good. They're all really great.
For sure. I completely agree.
They're all filtered into my display already. And shout out to Batman 66, the black and white Batman. I didn't think I was going to.
Yeah. Stop. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. I never know which direction to go. See, I'm on top and I don't know what to do with myself. But yeah, the black and white, the grayscale turned out really nicely. So win on that. And I know last stream, those that are obsessed with me might remember that I showed off a mashup of like White Ranger, Moon Knight, and Leader, Wasp, Yellow Ranger.
Nice.
And Deadpool, Red Ranger.
Makes sense.
Can't go wrong.
Carrying the liquor as well. Makes sense. Legends of the Liquor. I like it.
Absolutely. So, I've tried to do like a multiverse Deadpool shelf. And like a while ago, I did a Sith Jet Trooper Deadpool with like the decals from the scooter set. So
you really can just put Deadpool in anything and it'll just work. It's weird, but it does.
Right?
Yeah.
If I bought Ghostbusters, I'd probably try to make a Ghostbuster Deadpool and like, all sorts of different TMNT Deadpool. I try to figure that out.
It is canon for the comic too if he's in Ghostbusters.
Oh, really?
Deadpool's in Ghostbusters the comic?
No, if he's dressed up as a Ghostbuster. He did it as there was a comic with him and Hawkeye. He was dressed as Ghostbuster for Halloween.
Oh, okay, that's pretty good. You'll probably find a comic image of it then. That will make you go and buy the Plasma series figure now.
Well, yeah. Well, in the selfie series, I'll put my head on the Ghostbuster figure and get a free figure.
There you go.
And put a Deadpool head on it. So
aren't those Ghostbusters figures like too small? Like really small?
Look, they're a tiny. Honestly, right? I don't think these get enough love than they should. Like for a representation of Ghostbusters in the 1/6 scale, like they're not superheroes. They're not big buff men that need to be like 6.5 inches tall. They're like a tiny bit shorter than Legends, but on a shelf, standing next to Captain America, they do not look out of scale if that's how you want to pose them. But just getting all four of them together on the shelf with some of the other figures they've got, like it is a really nice set of figures. Like honestly, it's the Marvel Legends equivalent of Ghostbusters, and the line never got enough love. They just never did an in-scale Ecto 1. If they did an in-scale Ecto 1, that would have been perfect. But because their Ecto 1 was out of scale, it sort of left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. But the Plasma Series figures for a Ghostbuster representation are really, really good, honestly.
I think I put the Ghostbusters line in F tier in my ranking of the Hasbro lines. It's funny.
Yeah, no, I but again, it depends on who likes Ghostbusters, where your fandom of Ghostbusters is, I guess. And there you go. There's Mike's got one as well. There you go. He's even got the Deadpool head. Gonna do the custom for you.
David, I just wanted to say, I don't know if you have this Deadpool, but there was a purple Deadpool with the Marvel Unlimited Plus subscription that had like yellow eyes. Goes perfect with a Foot Clan display. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're gonna take a while. the Rainbow Squad, so I might just repurpose that head for that. Yeah.
Hasbro only ever did the Mercs for Money and the 3 3/4 line, but they should have done it in 6-inch scale as well, because that would have sold.
I ended up dyeing a whole bunch of them, the gray one, and it actually dyed pretty good except for yellow.
I remember you doing that. You've got a green. I think you do a green one. I think maybe. Yeah. I think I've seen you do that. Let me just jump to the chat real quick and shout out Figures and Vinyl. That's Stu. He says the new Doc Ock is good, but the Renew Your Vows wins. The Doc Ock is a great way for people to sort of pick up Doc Ock without having to pay crazy aftermarket prices. Even though saying that, I guarantee that set has pushed that down on the aftermarket. But yeah, Renew Your Vows is the best Spider-Man Marvel Legend. The 60th anniversary one's really good as well, but for a modern Spider-Man, then you can't beat the Renew Your Vows Spider-Man for sure. So all the right hands as well, very colourful. Pops on the display. You know I love it when a figure does that.
If anybody has one of those Doc Ocks, I could really use one. I didn't want silk, so I didn't buy that set.
Okay. I'm sure there's people out there that probably just want the update and silk and don't need the Doc Ock, because it's the same with I think the colours different, like a slight different deco, like a brighter deco, I think. So yeah, put it in the universe.
I'll split that with you. I want the silk.
Oh, let's do it, dude. Because I have the original Doc Ock, but this one looks with the blue glasses. It looks like how he looked when he was on the Masters of Evil. So I really want that Doc Ock to go with my Masters of Evil really bad. So
you might even find it on for sale from GI Joe groups, because a lot of the GI Joe collectors grabbed up Silk because they turned her into a female Cobra Trooper.
Oh, because she has the mask. She has the red mask type thing, the red bandana. I see what they do.
Yeah, David, I'm your friend on Facebook. Hit me up. We'll see if we can try to.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
Deals being made. And 1-6 Shooter, that's Trevor in the chat, by the way. He says all Canadian superheroes need a moose. So there you go. You can put him with your Guardian or your Alpha Flight. Yeah, there you go. And
Tanner, white, it could be Snowbird.
All that. Tanner's back in the chat as well. He says hello, Group 2. Tanner was going to join us, but he went out for his brother's birthday, I believe. But hopefully he's here watching this live now. And Daniel S says, I'm not really into Ghostbusters, but I did buy one Bill Murray. It's just iconic. Yeah, it really is. Like, there he is. It's just really good. And the effects are really cool as well. Better than the Mattel ones that have been released for sure. Anyway, that's just me. But I wanted that Ghostbusters representation on the shelf. And I like the new movie.
I had the Ghostbusters set before because it got re-released through Walmart. And then I got rid of it once I got these because these are way better.
Yeah, they are. They're better than the Mattel ones for sure. All right. Any more, David, before we move on?
Yeah, this is Legends and Liquor's fault, but I bought a Super 7 Fantasia Mickey.
Oh, okay.
And I just saw it in a comic book store, and I thought it was amazing. So
nice.
It's actually a gift from my dad because he always talked about that movie, the music in it and everything. So I'm going to California tomorrow to visit my parents, so this will be a present for them.
Nice. Yeah, it's because it's a high-end collectible as well. That type of stuff can be like just displayed as a one-off in someone's house or something like that. So yeah, I reckon that'll work. And that Disney line, they've been showing more off at D23 Wave 2. I think they're showing off a lot Robin Hood, and I think they've got Alice and the Mad Hatter. I think you and me, Jamie, are getting those too, ain't we? You and me have both pre-ordered them.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm in for Alice. I got the Fantasia Mickey. He was really good.
Yeah. I like that line, but again, dabble. I like, because I don't have no nostalgic attachment to like Robin Hood, for example, but I know people really like that Robin Hood. So fun line for sure.
I want some dinosaurs from Fantasia.
Well, you're getting the hippos. You can only build some hippos in a 2-2. And I think they're doing something else from Fantasia. I can't remember what it is in Wave 3.
The crocodile.
Is it the crocodile? There you go. They're doing that.
Dan, did you not think of using the Fantasia hippo as a certain Marvel?
Oh, as a hippo in the Who crew. That's I might make that happen. That's too good not to. I forgot. I've still got a hippo emoji in the chat. Anyway, there you go. Haven't seen that for a while. Hippo needs some more love for sure. That should be the figure I want for Hasbro PulseCon. Hippo. Okay, let's keep going around then. Let's go to Justin. Justin, what have you been buying, my friend?
Hey, so my after Legends and Liquor 2 weeks ago, my pile loot finally came in from Big Bad Toy Store.
Remind us, what was in it? What's there?
So I got. I mean, it's going to be one of your favorites, Dan.
Hey, right? it's Goku. Bold Goku. Yes. No hair Goku.
If anyone else in here collects SH Figure Arts and doesn't have this guy yet, this Krillin is amazing. I absolutely love this figure.
No idea. Krillin, did you call him?
Yeah.
Is he a villain?
No, he's a good guy. He's Goku's like his childhood best friend.
Okay.
Krillin's the guy that dies all the time, right?
No, that's Yamcha. Well, yeah, Yamcha and Krillin, yeah.
No,
I don't know.
Spoiler
I don't know
alert.
Dragon Ball Z at all.
I was well looking forward to watching Dragon Ball. Now, what's the point?
They
make a joke about it.
That's the disadvantage of having 8 people on the stream at a time. You can't all talk at once.
Right.
Right, let's keep going. Let's back to Justin. Keep going. What else you got?
I don't know if anyone here is in the Gundam Wing or does the Universe line at all, but they finally released the Shenlong Gundam. So it's like the last of the main 5. And they're not as nice as the model kits, but I'm just not talented enough, or I don't have enough patience to sit there and do a model kit. So I much prefer just an out of the box figure. And this guy is really awesome. So he has like the extendable arm and all that good stuff. So
do you get more? Awesome. Do you get more articulation out of that than you would out of a model kit anyway?
I'm not sure. It's probably about on par. It's got really good articulation though. So
Nick had his hand up anyway. Nick seems to be on that page with you.
I have a whole shelf of model kits over there. A lot of them aren't built though. Just to let you know.
Would that be true? Would that comment be true, Nick? That the model kits have less articulation? Because I would assume a model kit's more brittle, and you'd be scared to move it more.
It depends. There's different grades whenever you're referring to Gundam model kits. Each grade either has like better detail or better articulation or both. So like, trying to think, the best ones right now are called real grades. They try to get like all the details of the character, and they have like crazy good articulation. I don't have many Gundam Universe figures to compare, but I would have to imagine they're probably better. At least they're on par.
In the chat, Rush is saying he collects Gundam. Are they Bandai, Justin?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So, and they've been really good so far. Of course, they've gotten a lot better since the first couple waves. So they're going in the right direction with that.
Nice.
And I finally got an M'Baku from Target.
Nice.
I never completed the Build-A-Figure. I kind of really cherry-picked that wave because it was around when I was first getting in. I will say that if you have at least the old head, I swapped out the old Build-A-Figure head.
Is the old head better?
Yeah, it's got that matte finish. The new one is way too glossy.
Interesting.
I always
really
thought
shiny.
it was better than old head, though.
Ignore David. Continue.
Isn't all head good?
Yeah, right? I suppose.
Okay.
And I've also been picking up some like old stuff from my childhood, like mint on card.
That's what it's all about. That nostalgia.
This was one of my favorite figures as a kid.
Nice.
You can see it really well.
Toy
that
Biz
glare.
Wolverine.
Yeah, it has like the claw action and everything, and the card's actually in really good shape. And I think I only paid like $10 or $15 for this.
That's not like the card back that I remember for that. I remember like the orange card back, but I know there's a couple of alternatives. But because they did pack the same figure like in multiple different lines. But that Wolverine from that toy, is that where the claws go in and out? You can push them in and out.
No,
is that the bendy or which version is it?
They're permanently out. There's like a wheel or a lever on the back, just make his arms do like an attack action.
Yeah,
they kind of go up and down.
That's the battle damage Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay, I never had that one then. I had the orange card one. But still, that's what it's all about though, Justin, isn't it? Collecting, like, we've got so many of these great modern lines that we can collect, but you still like to cherry pick those nostalgic attachments that remind us why we love doing this in the first place.
Right. Now I just have to find somewhere to put them, because I don't know if you can tell, but in my old nerd room in here, the ceiling is kind of vaulted because it's over the garage.
I can see a lot of white space behind you there, Justin. You can get more shelves on those units. You got room to work with. You're good.
Right. Yeah. There's a whole other wall.
There you go.
Too, so I don't know. I've also been expanding my Pokemon collection.
I need to get him, Gyarados.
Battle. He was still only like $20 on Amazon. He's been out for a long time. I was able to nab the Dragonite too.
Nice.
Here in America, Amazon US, you can't find him for less than like $45. But Target had like a multi-pack that's still like $50 in stores, but someone was selling it on Mercari for like $19.
Oh,
so I nabbed that.
Win-win, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then I got these sealed.
Jesse James, Team Rocket.
Yeah, Jesse and
Last
James.
stop at the speed of light. Surrender now to prepare to fight. Meowth, that's right. Yeah, I love them. Look, Mike was tempting to get me the SH Figure Arts version of Jesse and James because I've got Ash.
Those are like high now.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. I've got Ash, but I never got Jesse and James. So I've been wanting to backtrack, but yeah, as you said, they're very pricey. So I had to hold.
Maybe
my
they'll
horses.
release them.
I need Misty and Brock. SH Figure Arts need to do Misty and Brock to go along with that Ash. I will not be
There's
happy
always
as
a
a collector
chance.
unless they do them. Yes, I hope so. Put it into the universe.
Always a chance. There's a lot of money to be made. They need to hop back on the line because I don't think they've done anything in a little while.
Exactly. Is that all?
That's it. Well, I did do I don't know if y'all got this over there, but when you're about my age, Dan, the original Power Rangers movie in '95. Did you?
I remember going to the cinema as a kid and watching it multiple times. Of course, yes.
Did you get the Happy Meal toys, like McDonald's and all that?
Possibly. You'd have to show me, and maybe it'll ring a bell.
So I've got the whole set on the shelf back there, but the only thing I was missing was like the communicator.
Oh, okay.
It's like a watch, and it like opens up.
Does it make the noise?
Yeah. No, it's just a cheap piece of plastic.
Ah, damn.
But it was one of my favorite things as a kid. Of course, I wore it around the house and everything. That was the only piece I was missing from the original set. So I was able to pick it up from somebody for like $5, and it was sealed. So that was cool.
Oh, that's really I loved again super nostalgic Power Rangers. Anything Mighty Morphin. As a kid, I remember the flip head toys. I remember the sort of doll size ones, and with the movie, they came in like a triangle box, like a pyramid, like a Toblerone.
Oh,
do you guys have Toblerone in the US, like Toblerone style boxes?
I don't think so. I've got an Ivan Ooze back there still.
Yeah, Ivan Ooze is another character they need to do in the Lightning Collection, but they can't because it's Saban, it's not Hasbro or something like that. It's tied up in the movie rights on some nonsense.
Thinking eventually they're going to, because they're starting to reference the movie more and more with like the new morphers. They've acknowledged that like the yellow and pink morpher are inspired by the movie.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of getting a little. It seems like it might be going that way. Hopefully.
I hope so. They're just finding workarounds. Like they did the Tanga Warriors because they were in the show. They did the Ninjetti because they were in the show. But Ivan Ooze was never in the show. So yeah, we need an Ivan Ooze in Lightning Collection is all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, hopefully one day.
Yeah, we shall. We're nice bunch of stuff there, my friend. Always good to get those nostalgic pieces as well. Christopher, underneath to you, my friend. What you been spending money on?
I found a lot of stuff on clearance this week.
Nice.
So,
Always nice to find a bargain.
I got this. I got a bunch of bone breaker figures. That's finished bone breaker. I don't really care about the figures.
Are you just building Bone Breaker?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll change my mind once I open some of them. Maybe they'll grow. I mean, I just don't really know anything about Darwin or Siren. My X-Men knowledge basically comes from that cartoon.
When you get characters that you don't know much about, doesn't it make you want to go and do a deep dive and learn about those characters? That's what I always enjoy doing.
Sometimes. I just never been like really big into the X-Men outside of cartoons. So
okay.
I don't know. And then I got this. I found this on clearance.
The Ecto-1. Nice.
Yeah.
Original. The Kenner remake, but still basically the original.
Yeah.
Do you have the?
in there too.
Do you have the Kenner toys, the figure ones?
No, I just got that because that was a good deal. It was like $22 for that.
Yeah, that's a bargain.
I'll pick that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll put Deadpool in there or something.
Yeah, no, the Ecto-1's really cool. It's their remake, reissue of the original Kenner line one, and they're just fun toys. I love those toys as a kid as well. But yeah, good shout. And what was I going to say? Darwin from. Have you seen X-Men First Class? Yeah, First Class.
Yeah.
So Darwin's in that. He's the guy who changes his ability, and like, spoiler alert, he gets killed. That's why people get mad, because Darwin shouldn't be able to die, essentially. But
his power is he can survive anything and he dies.
Yeah, it makes no sense. It's stupid. But Darwin is in the movies, but it wasn't a great representation.
I might look into those figures. I don't know. I don't know. They don't really excite me. Like Siren doesn't have a screaming head. Everybody's complaining about that. So it's like, I don't know.
How many more do you need to build Bonebreaker?
The only one they didn't have was Havoc, and I ordered him online, so he's in the mail on his way. And then I already had Maggot, and then I bought Vulcan because he came with a new body, so I was interested in check that out. Yep. So that'll be everything. And then I just have to wait for Havoc to show up.
Nice, yeah. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Have you got the other Reavers? Have you got Lady Deathstrike? Do you have
the
others?
I got Lady Deathstrike. I don't have Soulbuster, and the head that he came with, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, Reese. They should be pretty easy. Well, I get maybe not now with Bonebreaker out, but I would assume not too hard to find on the aftermarket on an eBay loose maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice for sure.
Hopefully they make a Pretty Boy.
Pretty Boy, yeah, with just a whole robot. I've seen loads of people doing customs. David, have you got a custom of Pretty Boy?
I do, but I have him from like before he was. No, I have him on an Ultron body.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I used a head from the young Han Solo from the movie, like the prequel movie.
Yeah.
As the head for him.
I've seen some good customs of him using what is it? The new Star Wars Black series. From the Mandalorian.
The Rebellion robot or something. I've seen what you're talking about. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not good with Star Wars, but I know what you're talking about.
I don't know Star Wars at all. I just know I saw that droid at Walmart yesterday. But I'm not going to buy it full price right now. But I would like to do that for Pretty Boy. I just haven't had a chance yet.
Yeah, I guess that's the only other main one we need, and then you can sort of kit bash the rest. To make a reverse, but yeah, he's got to be coming. Now they've done Bonebreaker, he's an easier single packed figure to do, so hopefully sooner rather than later for sure. But hopefully your Havoc arrives soon, Chris, and you can build your Bonebreaker. What pieces do Havoc comes with? Does he just come with the barrels? What does he come with? Yeah, so you can build Bonebreaker now. You can build Bonebreaker now without the barrels, and you probably wouldn't even notice.
I know, but then I have to throw these figures in a bin, and I have to figure out where to put them. I don't know.
It's all part of the fun, my friend. It's always part of the fun. Always rearranging and figuring out the display. But some nice pickups there for sure. Let's go underneath you to Nick. Nick, my friend, what you been buying?
Oh boy. Well, I'm not backtracking. I'm still going all in on the 3.75 inch, but I did manage to find the full Kenobi wave at my local Walmart.
So did you go all in on the wave, the whole wave? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Well, I think they might have been missing a couple. I'm not sure. I got Vader here.
I've still not watched Kenobi, but I know they're the Inquisitors, right? They're like sisters and brothers and whatever. They're all relative,
yeah. They're great characters. They were first introduced in Rebels.
They hunt Jedi, right? That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So those are the first thing, and then thing I'm most excited for, well, not most excited, but pretty excited. I got the Bride of Frankenstein.
Nice.
April.
Where'd you find that at?
This I found at Target.
Oh wow.
I'm honestly really debating if I want to open this or not. I really like the packaging, to be honest. I might just leave the package.
Do you have the others? Do you have Leo, the Hunchback, and Raphael Frankenstein? Yeah, there you go.
Just got Leo. Still looking for Mummy Mikey. I've seen some people have found him, but he hasn't shown up at mine yet.
Yeah, to be fair, he is brand new, Mummy Mikey, who is part of the second week of Geek Fallout, I think it is, whatever it's called.
Yeah. So yeah, I lucked out. We showed up at Target right as the NECA distributor was like opening the box.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm hoping to find Mikey this week. I'm definitely opening this one. This looks like figure of the year material to me right now, at least.
I've not opened one yet. I was sort of in my head going to wait until I got all 4 turtles, but I haven't got Mikey yet, and I don't know how long to get until we get the best turtle, of course, Donatello.
Yeah,
so,
I normally do the same thing where I build a team and then I wait. So I might do that. I'm not positive. But they do look really nice in the box with, the backdrops and accessories.
Well, that artwork is original artwork. They paid some, really good... again, I feel bad so I can't remember the name, but they paid, a really established, well-known, horror artist to do the artwork. So it's all painted.
Yeah, it looks really nice.
Yeah.
Look at these.
Yeah. She's the only one I didn't get, Nick, right? Because in my head, that's live-action April mixed up. Do you know what I mean? Where the other ones didn't really seem... I don't know. It just seemed a little bit off-putting. I don't know why. Seeing the actual likeness of the actress there, but...
Yeah, it makes sense. They kind of have a realistic quality to them. They are kind of inspired by live action. But they definitely don't have, a total accurate representation.
No,
to the
don't get me
movies.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. It's not about that for me. It was just I couldn't really.
Yeah.
The turtles are great. It was just I couldn't figure out if I liked the Judith Hogue likeness being
I do.
on it. That was all.
These to me look like some sort of Henson inspired designs. Personally,
that's the point of them. No, that is the point of them. Yeah, they look great.
So this is what I'm most excited for. This is a Kamen Rider figure.
Okay.
This is Kamen Rider Demons. His real name's Hiromi Kadota. Now, the reason I like this figure isn't necessarily because it's Kamen Rider. I do like him for who he is in the show, but he's heavily Spider-Man inspired, if you can't tell.
The blue and
He
the
has
red. Blue and the red gives it away a little bit, yeah.
Well, he has
the
webs
blue
on his
and the
chest.
red.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a like a spider logo here on the shoulder, if you can see that. So he's not just like Spider-Man inspired. There's a lot to his character that make him kind of Peter Parker-esque in a way. He lost his father, sort of like losing Uncle Ben. He was bullied a lot in his youth, and he wanted to be a superhero. That's already like an established thing. But later on, he received these powers, and they're spider-like powers. And it's definitely, in my opinion, and some other people think this, there's no official confirmation, inspired by the Japanese Spider-Man, which is, the same kind of show, technically. It was also the first show to have a Megazord, if you want to call it that. But, yeah, so in that show, that Spider-Man says he's the emissary from hell.
Yeah.
Whenever he introduces himself. And this being Kamen Rider Demons and being spider themed is sort of like a reference to that emissary from hell, title that he gives himself. So it's basically just one big reference. He even has like a spider sense type ability.
Is that S8 figure art? So who made that?
Yeah, It is figure arts.
Yeah,
so I forgot to show. I actually got this one earlier in the year because it's all they had. This is a really tiny one in comparison.
So is that new? Is that you backtracking, or is this a new figure that's been?
Yeah, this is older. This is like a candy toy that you get in like a vending machine, but this here is brand new. Just came out maybe about a week or two ago. I got it from Ami. It's really nice articulation. The only problem I have in the articulation department, if I'm going to be honest, is the ankles will not move forward to backward. The armor just does not allow for it.
So no pivot.
But there is a nice pivot.
Oh, okay.
Just no front to back, and there is, foot toe articulation, which I know a lot of people like that sort of thing.
Well, considering I don't know nothing about the character, it looks like a great character design and a great action figure for sure.
Yeah.
That's really cool, Nick. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this all year, to be honest. I couldn't wait till this came out. I think I pre-ordered this like 6 months ago. So it was a nice long wait, and I can't wait to get the Marvel Legends Toei Spider-Man. I'm going to pose them together on the shelf, I think.
I think I should be able to get that one, that Japanese Spider-Man this week, I hope. We shall see.
Yeah, I hope so too. But thanks, man. Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, and, nice. What's the scale on that? Does it scale well with Legends?
Yeah, I still have my Spidey here from last time.
It's a little bit smaller, right? It's like that much smaller.
Yeah, it's a little smaller. Let me stand up Pizza Spidey here. I had him being choked out by Venom on my desk.
With it being figure arts, I would have assumed it was smaller, but it still sort of works, doesn't it? It just depends on our sort of perception.
They're about the same height, relatively.
Yeah, that's not bad. That works.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You can put them on a Spider-Verse shelf.
Yeah, that's definitely the plan here, if I got to be honest about it.
Yeah, nice. All right, cool. Nice. Again,
thank you. Yeah.
I like when people show off those unique bits that not everyone else will have. So yeah, it's cool. Let's move on to Kurt. Kurt, what you been buying, my friend? You're back at school. You're back working, but have you still got time for the toys, for the hobby?
Well, you know what? I don't know what it was like when you were a kid, but if you did well the first week of school, maybe Saturday, you'd get to the toy store or something. So I had something on order. I was excited. I'd survived the first week of
Yeah,
school.
you deserve something. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Right. So it was a third in a series. Right. So Walmart put these out.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Right. These are the 3 3/4. The Ahsoka, the Incinerator Trooper. I had gotten those previously. And the third one coming was a trooper with the E-Web cannon.
Okay. That's the big black thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So my little box from Walmart came, and I was excited, right?
Hang
Because
on,
the
that
others
box
came.
looks too small.
Yeah, well, the others came in envelopes, and I thought, all right, maybe they're figuring it out. We don't want anything damaged. I opened it up, took the wrap off, and
I know where this is going. Oh, wait, that's not even a... What the fuck's that? You've got some laundry detergent.
It's not a potato, Dan.
That's worse than a potato. At least you can eat a potato. That's going to make you do
detergent.
laundry. That is
Yeah.
annoying. You can't
So-
display that.
Yeah, you can't, and you can't even return it.
Why not?
I went to Walmart locally, and because it was pre-ordered in December, they won't take it back.
But that's their mistake. That makes no sense. Customer service and all that. Like,
If
Yep.
if you reply back to the email they sent for confirmation and let them know they shipped it wrong, they'll get back to you right away.
So I called, and the guy said, well, here's the problem. It's an exclusive Walmart item, and it's been totally sold out. So we'll give you your money back, and thanks for playing.
no
We'll give you an extra
compensation,
$10.
no... An extra... Oh, that's nothing, is it? Bullshit.
So that's a Walmart exclusive. You know, it's not like I'm able to go somewhere else and get it.
That's some
So
nonsense Packers mistake has now messed you up on an exclusive. That is so just laziness.
So it's a little bit of Back to the Future, right? Nick and I have been talking about doing some deals. So I had to hunt for this to make my point. But I went down into the collection,
Nice.
and here's an E-Web cannon from the original trilogy that was purchased in 1995. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Most of it's Back to the Future at this point. So I'll just keep some of the old stuff. In fact, I don't know if you guys saw any of the trailers that came out, particularly the Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. I don't know if you saw that.
No, is that an animated one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't see that.
So that one came out yesterday, and I've got one of my Jedi purchased already. Right, I don't have to wait for Hasbro
Oh,
for
okay.
3 more years.
So what's the Tales of the Jedi based off? Like the books, the games, like what is it?
It looks like 6
series.
shorts.
Okay.
Right, Jamie?
So I can explain, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So from what I understand, and this is like a dream series for me personally. I've always wanted this. They are giving us Count Dooku's transition from being a Jedi to the dark side. I'm sure that'll probably be 3 of the episodes. And then what I would imagine are the other 3 is we are getting Ahsoka as a child, leaving her family to become a Jedi, some of her training, and it looks like it's going to lead up to her fighting an Inquisitor, presumably after the Jedi Purge, obviously.
I'm assuming that's the same Inquisitor in the Ahsoka novel.
That's what I would assume too. Yeah. I was secretly hoping it was going to be Star Killer, and that's how they'd introduce him. But I'm still hopeful that's going to happen in Bad Batch season 2. I doubt that's really going to happen, but I'm hopeful that it will.
Yeah, just looking at the chat real quick. Jay says, I thought Kurt was joking, but they actually sent laundry detergent. Big miss. Bring Toys to Work says, Kurt, if you've noticed, many of the exclusives through Walmart and Target have been made available months later through fan channel online retailers, so there might still be hope. And he's not wrong. That has been a pattern that we've seen recently, where it'll be an exclusive for a while, but it will pop back up elsewhere.
Well, maybe I'll find it.
I'll have a look in the UK for you. Sometimes stuff like that is easier to find in the UK because we don't have Target and Walgreens. So, like, you know me, I'm not really clued up on all the Star Wars stuff, but I'm sure if I ask Brandon, he may be able to point me in the right direction. But I know what you're on about, because that's what I was going to ask you about. What do you think about the plastic-free packaging and the vintage collection? Does that not put you off? Because you keep a lot on card.
I do. So I'm cutting back.
Yeah.
You know, I heard Laser Pants before saying, you know, he's dialing it back for Legends. And I'm looking at things and I'm saying, well, I'll tell you what I said immediately after I received my detergent and no figure. I went right on and I dropped 4 pre-orders from Walmart. I said, to heck with it. They're all vintage collection. They're going to bang up the boxes anyway. I've probably got the figures somewhere. Maybe they're not super articulated, but if I pull out a Cloud City display and decide to put it together, I've probably got Bespin cards out the wazoo. Justin, you look like you had a thought there.
Yeah, I've actually got a little story that might make you feel a little better. Kind of the opposite thing happened for me. They kind of stick it to
You ordered laundry detergent and got... No, okay.
No, even better. When the Thanos and Iron Man 2-pack came out, I had it pre-ordered from Walmart. And I had it pre-ordered with something else, so they sent it in a really big box. It was a pretty big package. I was actually at work. My wife got the box in, opened it. Next thing I know, I'm getting several texts. Why did you order a laptop? We don't need another computer. What are you doing?
What?
I was like, what? What are you talking about? They had sent me a laptop instead of the 2-pack. So
don't want that 2-pack anymore. Yeah.
Right. Nope. I was like, well, I'm still ordering the 2-pack, and if we get another laptop, I guess I'll just keep this going.
See how long this game plays for. That honestly, on that occasion, then yeah, you win. There's like both ends of the spectrum there.
I worked for Walmart for like 8.5 years at one point, so I was like, well, they owe me this. So
that's clearly like a shipping label wrong on the front or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah. I hope nobody got in trouble for it, and I severely doubt it.
I want to hear the story of the guy who ordered a laptop and doesn't collect and goes, what the hell? I didn't order toys. Yeah. That's the other end of the story we want to hear.
Hey, that might have got them into it, though.
Maybe. They're instigating.
Whoever you are, you're welcome. You know?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Silver lining. Yeah,
so I don't have to wait for my Jedi. They're already
you've already
here.
got them.
I've had them since 2004. So
a new appreciation for your collection, if you will.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No
and
doubt about
you've got the missus her next birthday present ready to go. Joking. Don't do that. You'll probably get slapped. I'm joking. Don't do that.
She'll love that.
Don't do that.
You know, interestingly enough, I had Hasbro Pulse. First time this has happened to me. So I wanted to ask you guys who got Null and Venom. They charged me for Null and Venom, but didn't send me the shipping info right after. Every time I've gotten charged by them, like the next email comes through and it's okay, we've shipped or it's being packaged, you know, but they charged me like last Friday. So I was wondering where you guys were getting those in the US.
Have you? I think Rush did say he got his from Pulse. Have you checked your online to see if it's processing or shipping soon or anything like that?
You know, when I checked it, it still said that the pre-order was due December 1st.
Okay, yeah, there may be an issue there.
I know Cloud said that she ordered hers from Amazon and they charged her like 2 or 3 weeks before they sent it. Yeah, I don't know.
I've heard of it happening before. Sorry.
No, carry on.
I've heard of it happening before where Hasbro says they charge your package, but they don't give you the shipping label, and like your package could arrive before you even get the shipping notification. I've heard that happen lots of times before.
I would say there's no harm in sending an email to customer service and just asking the question, because there's no harm there just to ask what's going on, because if it genuinely is a mistake, they may go, oh my bad, we'll send you one now. But I know Rush, I do feel like Rush said in the last stream he got his from Pulse, because he made sure to say that he usually doesn't get his Legends from Pulse, but they were first this time. So, but yeah, maybe ask Rush after the stream. But either way, Hasbro, to be fair to Hasbro, their customer service is pretty decent because they're a big conglomerate. Like, they sort of have to have a good customer service. So whenever I had to deal with Hasbro, like, they did replace my Spider-Man 2-pack, for example, when I had bad QC without any hesitation. So yeah, maybe, but yeah, you need to find out what's going on. Even if it is just delayed, at least you know, then you can wait. At least in your head, then it's already paid for and you ain't got to stress about it.
And the last one for me, this one is for Michael, right? Bring Toys to Work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's always so good. But this week, if you haven't seen his Lord of the Rings stuff, he was commenting earlier about my chair. And, you know, this is Professor Tolkien inspired. That's how much of a geeky English teacher I am, keeping a framed photo of the professor next to my chair and my Tolkien collection. So he's been doing a great job over there. If you haven't seen that.
Yeah, shout out Bring Toys to Work, obviously, on Instagram. Please go and check out Michael's displays. Every couple of weeks he's rebuilding and making new displays with all his collection. Again, he has an epic collection himself, but he keeps them all hidden until his displays on theme. But yeah, Lord of the Rings. Have you got? So you're saying you're a big Lord of the Rings guy. Did you get any of the Toy Biz figures when they were released back in the day?
I did. I have a complete set. Well, I had almost a complete set.
Okay.
I sold off a lot of them. I've kept the basic Fellowship. I've got a Treebeard, which I think is for me, the highlight of my collection. He was showing off that Balrog, which, I mean, that thing, I couldn't be more envious of one particular toy. That thing.
Yeah, I know someone that has one for $500 if you.
Yeah, easy. Yeah. Hey, but see if they trade for some laundry detergent. How about that? Let's ask that question.
Yeah, I don't know. Some guy I'm friends with that does conventions. He's like, look, I'll do a payment thing with you or whatever. I'm like, well, I still don't have the space for that sort of thing. I already got this thing, but. Just saying, if you're interested, I could hit him up for it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I might be. My wife.
Yeah, he's busy washing clothes. He can't do that.
And I'm nearing the end of my stout here, so
nice.
While you guys move around, don't think me rude.
Well, I'll cheers to you as well, because as I said, sometimes I feel like I'm drinking. Who's drinking with me? There you go.
Hello, Joe.
There you go. A few gentlemen are drinking. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Water. Yeah.
It's all right. What was that?
Mine's going to be a little later tonight.
Have you not seen my disclaimer? You can drink anything you want. It doesn't have to be. There you go. Look at that. There you go.
Yeah, I know.
Don't actually have to drink alcohol. All right? Just letting people know. All right. Swinging back. Right. Let's go across to Jamie. Jamie, what you been buying? Any female wrestlers this week? That's usually a theme with you. Oh, okay. No. Okay.
Wrestlers this week. I've been good. Well, I say I've been good, but a certain YouTuber shared a link for a certain guy in a chair.
Okay.
In the Instagram chat, so I might have bought that.
A guy in a chair, remind me, what's going on? A lot of links get sent around.
The devil guy from...
You brought that Mephisto?
I did.
The link... So I found a Mephisto on eBay with his chair for about 60 or 70 loose? Which is pretty good going, to be fair. And I threw it in the chat, and no one said anything, and I just assumed, okay, fair enough. But Jamie brought it, because I knew it had been sold, but I didn't know who to, obviously. Because I was lingering around it as well, Jamie. I was lingering, but I never, thankfully, again, like trying to spending so much at the minute, but I was very tempted. So that's why I wanted one of you to get it, so I wouldn't feel so bad. So that does make me feel better. So yes, you pulled the trigger on that. So you're Mephisto. Tanner's going to be very jealous. I'm not going to lie, but Tanner's going to be very jealous.
So that I bought that. I'm gonna say it's my belated birthday present. That's.
Have you got it in hand?
Not yet.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
Yeah. No, not yet. I've got Goliath.
Nice. Where did you get Goliath from in the end? Again, gargoyles are not available in the UK, so it makes no sense how you got yours of Amazon. Like what?
Yeah, Amazon.co.uk, and I've got Demona on the way.
From the same place?
No, Demona's from Mad Eye Comics or something in.
So you
US.
brought Goliath from Amazon UK, and even the sold by said Amazon UK.
Yes.
Even though NECA legally are not allowed to sell licensed gargoyle products in the UK, that makes no sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he was on Zabby for a little while as well, like the UK Zabby. So I don't know whether a few leaked out or.
No idea. That makes no sense. Because none of the others have went up for pre-order. None of them.
Yeah. None of them.
When was your birthday, Jamie?
It was the day after Brandon's.
So second of September.
Oh, happy late birthday! Happy belated birthday!
Yeah, lots of September birthdays. Good move. Yeah. What's the star sign for September?
Virgo.
Virgo. Okay, cool. Okay.
And then with obviously the HasLab Galactus, I had the money saved and everything, and life got in the way.
Yeah.
So I had to cancel that, but I did get this to save me from.
Look, that's to save you a little bit. Honestly, that's still a good purchase, though. To be fair, is that the Marvel Universe version with the lights and stuff?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Look, for a Galactus in your collection, that, again, apart from the HasLab, that's still a pretty good go-to, to be fair. A lot of people will
he
use
weighs more than the baby. So.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that will still look good in a collection all the same. It really will. And it's a nice...
How much did you pay for it?
Nice substitute.
150.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad. Because I sold mine after the HasLab. I got $240 for it after the HasLab ended.
It's pretty good considering the HasLab had just been announced. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so that was awesome, like to help pay for part of my HasLab, you know.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Because it's still a decent figure. It still scales like really well. Obviously, it won't be as big as the HasLab, but that's what people have been using in their displays for so long. So it will still hold.
To be fair, I still don't know where I'm going to put that. So.
Yeah. But no, it's pretty good.
Other than that, that's it.
Well, that's, as I said, it's a pretty good haul though, because you'll be showing off Mephisto next time, and I think Tanner loved lording over us that he was the only one who had Mephisto in his chair. So yeah, haha, Tanner.
I have Mephisto.
I have one of those.
Okay.
I have Mephisto too.
Okay, all right. I stopped showing off everyone. All right, and the UK lot anyway. The UK lot is what I meant. We didn't really have it.
Well, I wouldn't have had it if it wasn't for you, Dan. So. Thank you.
Well, it's all good. I wanted one of us to get it because I knew it was a good price. But as I said, I couldn't pull the trigger myself. But yeah, that makes me happy that one of us got it. All right, cool. Let's go up to Mike then. Last but not least, my friend, I can see you painting along as we're talking. What are you painting?
Oh yeah, I was just doing a wall for my arcade that I've been working on.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so I've got a couple things in. One of the ones that I was excited the most about, we got Venom there. Actually, I'm waiting on another set because I plan on changing his feet out because I just don't like the gorilla feet.
You're buying a whole new set just to change Venom's feet. That is a true Venom fan right there.
So obviously I'm excited about the two of them. The feet, I guess Beta Ray Bill's feet actually work good with them. So I'm gonna somebody that butchers their figures had a pair to part with. So.
Someone just had a random pair of Beta Ray Bill feet to send you.
There's a guy on the Facebook groups that he has
a foot fetish.
Loads and loads of figure parts that he just does away with, and I'll have to put him in the chat at some point. But anytime I need parts, go to him, and he always has something that he's taking apart.
Well, it worked out for you then, anyway. Happy days.
Yeah, but then I got this in the mail the other day from Super 7, which got to have one to rock and one to stock, right?
Wow, he's an army builder. You can get as many of them as you want, my friend. Go crazy.
Yeah, and he's not. So I use him as because I already had one that I got sent to me loose from the show. But I mean, he's not too much bigger than I mean, the other ones that are not robots are be too big. But
it could be a bulked up like Supreme Bat in your classified series or something like that.
That's why I can't wait to get the normal Bat when that finally comes in, because I guess these were supposed to arrive after
Wave 1.
The Wave 1,
mm-hmm.
But delays and all that stuff. So who knows? But those should be shipping soon, I hope.
Yeah, they showed off Wave 1 recently. We talked about it on Joe's and Juice, and they do look great. They really do. If you love that animated series.
And then because of you, I ended up once Rush found them, I Raza's in the display there, but I was like, the hunt had me going.
It's the thrill of the hunt. It really is, and they haven't been easy to obtain. So hopefully people can start getting them this week. But it's better to have him in hand, isn't it?
Yeah, he's awesome. And I did end up also grabbing an extra set for, whoever needs it. I did
online.
Do that,
you got one online, didn't you?
Yep, and then I got the Mikey online as well.
Did you get shipping notice for them, or is it going to be ages with Target?
They said it's supposed to be here by the end of the week, so.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
But if nobody needs it, I'll just, return it, because it seems like they're still available on Target's website now.
That's good. That's good. That is good from NECA.
Because sometimes, when they overdo it, they overdo it.
If anybody lives near Dallas, Texas, I saw 7 Toka and Razor sets at Target in Arlington, Texas. If anyone in the chat needs that, there's probably a whole bunch there.
I'll pop there now. Oh wait, no. There's an ocean in the way. There's an ocean in the way. I wish. I'm jealous that you can buy these stuff at retail. But Mike's. I'm gonna have to do a whole Legends and Liquor episode on the pile of loot that Mike's gonna send me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting them.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get it out tomorrow.
I appreciate that, Mike. You know I do. Thank you. Lots of fun stuff in there.
It's on my list of things to do in the morning, but got a lot going on, so we'll see.
That's all good. No stress. I appreciate you all the same. All right, let's get into if that's all from you, Mike. We'll jump into some actual Marvel talk if that's good. Yeah, you good? Cool. Right, let's jump to it then. So you already know the score. We've been talking about this with Group 1, so I'm basically just going to ask you guys the same question. Sort of final week running up to the HasLab. Dan posted this sort of comment. Dan was in the chat earlier as well saying he loves grilled cheese sandwiches. But next week is going to be interesting. Save your bread, save your cheese, aka it's going to be an expensive week ahead. So we are all assuming it is HasLab. So final predictions on the HasLab and the cost. And then just for a bit of fun, he also did comment that the PulseCon is going to be a lot of comic figures. So just a random comic figure that you'd like to add to the collection. So that is what we're going to be talking about now. So Joe, you're at top. We'll start with you in regard to the HasLab. What are your predictions and the cost, etc.?
Well, we talked about predictions last time.
Final thoughts.
I'm really hoping we get, Dan Ketch and then a human Johnny Blaze in this along with Robbie Reyes more than anything. The cost, I'm hoping isn't more than $300 because I'm not really a big Robbie Reyes fan. I'm a huge Ghost Rider fan, but not a big Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider fan.
That's why they're going to get you with those tiers. Those tiers are going to all be things you want.
Yeah, so if they have good tiers, I'm gonna buy it. If it's just Robbie Reyes and just stuff that goes with Robbie Reyes, I'm gonna pass. So I'm really hoping it's something like a Dan Ketch and a Johnny Blaze, human Johnny Blaze, or some other Ghost Rider villains. But yeah, I'm hoping it's not more than $300.
And in regards to comic figures, now, again, just to remind people, the reason I say this is that Dan also tweeted that D23 showed that they're going to be busy with MCU figures, but PulseCon will show that they are busy with comic Legends too. So a lot of Marvel Legend comic figures are going to be revealed. So I was just curious of comic figures you guys want to add to the collection that you think may get revealed, maybe. Group 1, we're talking about a lot of figures that sort of complete teams, etc. So any comic figures come to mind, Joe?
So for this year, so there's a lot of Marvel anniversaries this year. It's the Hulk 60th, and we've gotten a Hulk figure. It's Thor's 60th, and we've got a whole bunch of Thor stuff. Spider-Man 60th, Ghost Rider's 50th, but it's also Luke Cage's 50th anniversary this year.
Oh, nice!
And it'd be really cool to get at least just a classic Luke Cage, but hopefully it'd be really cool to get a 2-pack of a classic Luke Cage and a classic Iron Fist. We haven't gotten those since Toy Biz days, and that'd be really sweet to get. I'd buy multiple of that set, so it'd be really cool to get a Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Yeah, you sold me on that for sure. Yeah, definitely. Classic Luke Cage, Ghost Rider, classic Iron Fist. What do they call?
Iron Fist fan.
Oh, there you go. You can see the logo. What do they call themselves when they're together? What's their comic called?
It's like Heroes for Hire.
Heroes for Hire, there you go. Of course it is. It was on the tip of my tongue. Heroes for Hire 2-pack would be really good, I think, because we've had a couple of Iron Fist recently. Well, not recently, in years that have been passed, but we can definitely do better with him as well. So, yeah, we shall see. New pinless bodies, all that good stuff. Looks good. David, again, final thoughts on Ghost Rider HasLab, as we assume it's going to be coming up before we speak again, and predictions, etc.
Yeah, I think 300 is like the magic number. I think for a vehicle and some figures, I don't think that they would go to the 400 because that's the Galactus range. So I think that anything higher than 300, 350 would be kind of a turnoff because people would look at it and be like, well, that's not even Galactus size. Why would I pay that much for that?
Yeah.
But also, I think 2 and 250 is a little low ball for new tooling, a bunch of presumed tiers that I think will be bikes and other Ghost Riders, because if you don't love by the different Ghost Rider fans,
Mm-hmm.
So I think 300 will be like the even middle ground of what it would be. but yeah, I think we would see some bikes. I think we'd probably see a bunch of light up flame details for the car itself, and probably working doors and a working trunk. That ghost spirit coming out of the trunk idea was really cool. That was mentioned in the prior group, so I would be down for that. But yeah, I think 300 is probably where it's at. I'd probably buy into it because I buy everything. But yeah, I think that's where it would be. For comic characters, shout out to Cloud, because I'm about Feral and X Factor Wolfsbane and Rachel Excalibur to complete those teams. But I also, since I'm multiverse building Deadpool, I'm going for a Deadpool in Jean Grey's green dress, because that's a comic book canon image.
The Marvel Girl dress.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a terrifying comic image comic panel image.
But it needs to be immortalized.
I hate that comic.
Yeah, that is a
It
short
needs to be
skirt.
immortalized in action figure form. Everyone gets
go for the. I'm sorry.
For wearing that dress. That Deadpool in that dress would be like a perfect action figure for me.
Yeah, that is too short of a skirt for any male to wear. That's scary. Okay, interesting choice though. If that gets revealed, I'd be smiling for you, David, for sure.
I think you should buy me the HasLab if that's revealed.
I don't want to, because I wouldn't pay anything past Hasbro at this point. I really wouldn't. All right, let's go to Justin. Justin, what are you saying? Final price prediction on this HasLab.
I think I'm right there with everybody else.
Right in the record
right there around 300. Anywhere between 3 and 350. But like David said, them hitting that 350 is probably going to turn people off. But either way, I think they're going to knock it out of the park. I'm not the biggest Ghost Rider fan, so I'll be passing. But I'm really excited to see what kind of awesomeness they come out with on it.
Yeah, I keep saying as well, if they're going to do a price point that's going to be scary at first, there needs to be some desirable early goals or early tiers to try and encourage people to sort of see past it, and then it's all about the tiers that's going to make or break the project for sure. What comic characters would you like to see?
Not necessarily comic characters, but I'm just really excited to see them hopefully put out more reveals on that Iron Man retro card.
Oh yes, please.
I'm just curious, like, what other characters they'll try to get out before they have to go straight to plastic free, and they'll have to just leave it for a little while, for at least a year, right?
Yeah, as long as we get an even number, like whether it's 2, just one more, an Iron Man, or 6 or 4, whatever. As long as it's an even number, so I can space them out on the wall. But yeah, Mandarin on that card, obviously a modular armor Iron Man. I'd take a Tony Stark.
They have to reveal something here soon. I mean, we're coming up near the end of the year, so
yeah. Well, PulseCon's going to be the place, as I said. We're at the end of the month. We shall find out for sure. But yeah, that Iron Man retro, more of them, please, for sure. Go on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking at my X-Men display over here, and I don't know where I'm going to put my Dan Who Blue Beast.
Thank you, Dan Who Blue Beast. Calling it by his full name. I appreciate that.
Because I've got the cubes, and Professor X's chair just takes up so much space.
Yeah, you'll find some room for the Dan Who Blue Beast. Don't worry about it. You'll find some room. No, I appreciate that. Mike, over to you. Final prediction on this HasLab price, and then comic figures you'd like to see.
I would say I think it's going to be multi-tiered, but definitely the Hell Charger, and based on the logo, I definitely think Catch is going to be involved.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, based on the his tank, probably it's going to be around 350. And I don't know if that's going to make or break people, but I would hope it would be cheaper, like way cheaper. But I doubt it. We'll see what's in it.
I know I can see the misses lingering in the background, right? So just blink twice if you want this HasLab.
Definitely. I'd have to see it. Okay. I already have Mephisto, so it's not like I'd go crazy for one. I do have the Marvel Select one, and then
so does Jamie, and so does David, and so does Joey. So stop showing off, all right?
And then as far as a wish list figure for comic wise,
yeah. Don't say Venom. You've got too many Venoms.
Well,
he's going to say Venom.
No, I was going to say Carry On. Even though I did a custom of him, I'd love to see a Carry-On, or Cardiac.
Yeah, people said Cardiac in the first group, which I agree.
Yeah, and I do know I did ask Larson on Facebook at one point about it, and he said there's no complications with it, and it's Marvel's rights. So it's whatever issue they have behind the scenes, it's more so between Disney and them.
Okay. Yeah, maybe sometimes they just don't like touching characters where they feel like there's complications, when clearly there isn't. Who knows? But we need a Cardiac in figure form. He's one that's missing for sure. Let's go underneath you to Jamie. Jamie, final prediction on this HasLab. And again, do you want this one, right? I know you've missed out on the last couple, but this one you eyeing up?
I was eyeing it up.
Okay.
At the prospect of Mephisto being a tier.
Oh, now you've got Mephisto. You're like, I'm not bothered now. yeah.
I'm still on the fence. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Price wise, maybe 279 if we're lucky.
I'll take that now. If they offered it, but I don't think so.
I mean, obviously the his tank was 329 for us, wasn't it? So
yeah, basically £300 for us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I am on the fence. I'm not gonna lie.
It's all right. A lot of people are. That's why they got to tempt us with these tiers. But comic figures you'd like to add then? You've got Mephisto, you don't need any more. You've ticked him off the list.
Yeah. I would like to see a 2-pack, all pinless, of 2 Devils are better than one. So like have a Daredevil, pinless Red Daredevil, and a pinless Daredevil Elektra.
Oh, okay. Nice. That's quite a new design in the comics as well, isn't it? Daredevil Elektra, yeah.
Yeah. And obviously Goose Rider.
Goose Rider. Who's Daredevil's mate? I'd have a 2-pack with Daredevil. Is it Blind Spot? I think it's Blind Spot. Is that his sidekick? Am I making that up? I'm not making that up. He's got a little mate. I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, Daredevil's coming on that either on the retro body or the Vulcan body. It's coming because they've said we're going to get that retro pinless Spider-Man body used again on an A-list character. We all thought it was going to be Black Panther, but Black Panther was on the Vulcan body, so it got to be Daredevil, right? Who else is worthy of that type of articulation? That would be my prediction anyway, so we shall see. But yeah, good pick. All right, let's move across to Christopher. Christopher, final prediction on this HasLab price and then some comic figures you'd like to see.
Well, I think the HasLab is just going to be the Hell Charger. I don't think there's going to be bikes, and I think it's going to be cheaper than the X tank. I mean, that's a tank. This is just a car, so I think it'll probably be like $250.
Are you in it if it is 250? If it is 250, are you going to be in on it?
Even if it's more, I'll probably get it. I don't get like the import figures or anything. So
okay, that's good.
Like the HasLab's like a thing that exported on normally. And then for comic figures, I'd like a Frankencastle figure.
Oh, okay.
Are you familiar with that? When the Punisher gets killed, he gets turned into like a Frankenstein.
Yeah, that'd be cool in figure form.
Yeah.
They could do that in a line with monsters, as we are getting the Werewolf by Night and obviously Ghost Rider's coming out, so they could move more into like a darker wave of figures. Maybe that would be pretty cool to see. But that would be an interesting figure. Yeah, cool. Yeah. For sure. People would like that. Right.
And
go on.
Dakin, Wolverine's son Dakin cut Punisher up.
Yeah.
Okay. Dakin's another one we haven't had in a while, to be fair. I think we got him in the Epic Hero days, but not recently anyway. So yeah, again, good choices. Let's go underneath you to Kurt. Kurt, final prediction on this HasLab. And are you like Jamie? Are you on the fence where you'll watch from a distance until it lures you in?
I think so.
Yeah.
And for me, I ordered that $250 Jabba's throne for the 3 3/4 Jabba / Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, that looked really good. Yeah.
And I'm wondering, was that a test market, because that wasn't a HasLab, and they haven't really announced final numbers on that thing. So I'm wondering if that was Star Wars, Hasbro, kind of pushing that price to see, okay, can we do something mid-range, quote unquote mid-range, right? I mean, still high. That is not a HasLab. So it's hard for me to imagine, having ordered that thing, that we're going to be in that price range for Ghost Rider. Even though I've seen the McFarlane, Batmobile that David Evan Smith and I have been talking about for a while. I mean, how long have we had that thing, it was what, $35. I mean, it's not as there's no light up, there's no electronics, there's it's not as good as it has like quality, but I don't know, a car for $350.
If there's a company that's going to find a way to bump up that price, it'll be Hasbro, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean the $250 price was a tremendous amount for that play set for the throne room, but when they showed you the 50 different small pieces and the unique Bib Fortuna and all that, all right.
If that was a 6-inch set, I would have been in, by the way, because that looks like a display. You put that on a shelf, and that is a diorama display in one. It's easy. So, yeah.
Well, it scares me to think that that's going to be the cost there for that smaller spot.
Yeah.
Yet when, probably for a Star Wars HasLab, the next most wanted piece would be a Cantina. It'll have to be 3 times that much.
They can do a modular Cantina, I think, where they can make maybe half a bar like they did with that Comic-Con set, and then maybe a booth, like a area, and then you buy multiple booth areas and half bars or something like that.
Well, look, I've got the small ones here, right?
Was that modular? Could you do the same thing with that?
Yeah, there are 3 parts, and they each came with 2 figures at the time. Of course, was the time. They were probably $20 per pack. Now, 2 figures and a piece of plastic bar with a couple of cups. Maybe it's closer to 40 or 45, 50. It's a fake background. It's cardboard background, but I don't know. It's going to be, I'll be a late edition, whatever it is.
All right. Well, that's a good theory in regards to that, because you're right. Their Hasbro Pulse have their own site. They don't need to do a HasLab. They can just put it on Pulse and have a limited stock, like you said. So I wouldn't mind them doing stuff like that to get desirable things. Like, I still want a Punisher van, and I don't think that needs to be a HasLab if it's just a one and done, but it's a way to do it for sure. In regards to comic figures, though, like I know you dabble in your Legends, but what comic figures you are eager to add to the collection that you don't have yet?
Well, I think it was Owen was talking earlier, right? He's late to the game, so am I. So a Craven, the Hunter, since I've got the Spider-Man crew mostly.
Yeah. Not easy to obtain on the aftermarket. We have had him a couple of times, but there's still room for improvement.
Well, you know what? That would have been someone great to put into that retro line, right?
He was on the retro card back in the day, so I'd buy him again, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've gotten the Rhino that way. I've gotten the Lizard that way. Unless Walmart sends me more detergent, I'll get the Lizard that way.
Look, at least your clothes will be really clean. Really clean. Smell beautiful.
Trying to tell me something after the summer with that. And then I think maybe I was looking at Justin's shelves right off the bat. How about a She-Hulk comic in that Fantastic Four uniform?
There you go. Can even be on the Fantastic Four retro card. I'd take that as well. It doesn't have to be, but She-Hulk's hype at the minute. But yeah, she was part of the Fantastic Four for a while. Yeah, really good, really good. All right, live.
Yeah, I think that's it. And look, last one, of course. I do work on Sundays, my part-time job at the church, so I'm always speaking up for Daredevil, right?
Of course, yeah. Again, I've just
Catholic guy.
Just mentioned him the same as Jamie. I think he's coming. I think he's coming for sure. All right, let's go across to Nick. Nick, my friend, final prediction before this thing gets revealed and we can all shut up guessing and actually talk about what they've shown, and then some comic characters you'd like to see.
All right, so I'm really hoping it's going to be 250 and no more than that. I doubt that's true, but I really feel like that's a comfortable price if you really look at what you're probably going to be getting. You guys talked about that Batmobile. I've even made reference to this, that Scooby-Doo movie Mystery Machine was only like, what, $50 or maybe a little less than that at the store. And you could fit 6-inch characters in that. It does not have to be, some super high-priced item. Make it 250. You could probably get away with it, and you could probably add, the different bikes and riders for the tiers, and still keep it at that price. Will I buy it if it's at 300? Probably, but I'm a little less likely to buy it unless they do pack it in with those other riders and their vehicles. I'm hoping we get a Vengeance. We have never gotten one from Hasbro. Some people are doubtful that is going to be part of it, but I personally feel like it makes sense from where I'm sitting here. If it's not in that, maybe it'll show up in that retro Ghost Rider toy line for sure. Go ahead, Joey.
We did technically get a Vengeance from Ghost Rider in that Ghost Rider movie line in 2007.
Yes, we did. Yeah, it had like a little. Did it have like a light up feature or something like that?
Yeah, it had a light up chest thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was based on his. That was based on his appearance in the Ghost Rider video game that came out that same year.
Okay. You know what's funny? I have that figure in the box, but it's in storage, and I've never opened it to actually play with it or anything.
It looks pretty cool. I never messed with it, but it looks pretty cool. I actually kind of thought about getting it at one point and painting his flames green to make him the Masters of Evil Vengeance, but never did.
Cool.
Is that figure based off the movie though, not off the comics, right?
It's based off a video game.
Oh, okay. Before we go back to Nick real quick, I have put in the chat who's ready for a duck race. So if you are watching live now, nearly 100 people still here, and you want to be in this duck race, then even if you're lingering and you got us on in the background, you got to find your keyboard and you got to write you want to get in on this duck race, whether you put a duck emoji or just tell me you want to be in. Please only comment once though for the time being, so I can copy and paste names. All right. So while Nick's talking here, I am going to be taking names for the duck race, and that is how we're going to finish today's stream. So again, points on the boards. Go on, Nick.
I guess you don't have to show pictures or anything, but I sent you a couple pictures of what I was interested in, comic book wise. People are saying we have the full team of the Life Foundation symbiotes, but technically we're missing Hybrid when they all combine together. That's one that I've wanted for a long time. I would really like them to announce a Hybrid figure. Basically, my point is just finish out this Spider-Man year by giving us the little tidbits left we need of characters Spider-Man wise. I sent you Dark Carnage, which, we got Venom and Null. That's Carnage, from that same era, that same run. Hopefully they give us that look. There's Hybrid right there. Now, the bread, well, yeah, I would like a Spot. I'd also like a Cardiac, but I forgot to send pictures. But we're getting Spot in Into the Spider-Verse 2. We already know that. So we're probably going to get a Legends here sooner or later, whether it's comic book or whether it's movie. That picture with the fist would be a cool accessory to have if they have like a head with Spider-Man's fist coming out of it.
There's the image they've showed off for Into the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah. Now, that picture, it's not just the 60th anniversary of Spider-Man, it's the 60th anniversary of Flash Thompson. And when Dan posted a picture of the baguette with the cheese, it made me think of that comic book cover where Flash Thompson, he's still kind of like venoming out. He's not totally, in tune with the symbiote just yet. He's eating a Philly cheesesteak on the cover of that comic book. And it made me think of that. I would really like an updated Flash Thompson, Agent Venom, maybe one with an actual, civilian head sculpt, or one with, a more monstrous head sculpt. Maybe even just a civilian Flash Thompson. That's not something you'd probably expect them to give us, but it is, his 60th anniversary when he debuted in the comic as well. Yeah, I would really like that, regardless of which route they went.
Sorry, I'm taking names for the duck race, so please continue. I've just got the first ever Walgreens exclusive was the Agent Venom, sorry, but that's on an outdated leg sort of articulating system. I'd love an updated version of that figure with, like you said, an unmasked Thompson head, and yeah, that character design is just so cool. It's worthy of a better action figure.
Oh yeah, and I know even Wade on Parallel Universe, he made a little video on his Instagram where he talks about figures that he wishes had an update. And that's one that he mentioned as well. So there definitely is a want for it in the community. I'm not just like, a singular person thinking that. You even said you wouldn't mind one.
Yeah, that Agent Venom was outdated when it came out because it uses the old Toy Biz face-off Punisher body, which Hasbro used a lot for like Ultimate Captain America. They used it for the first Shield agents. They used it for a bunch of stuff. And that was outdated when it came out because that body came out in 2006. and it was still being used as far as 2019 with Agent Anti-Venom. That's the longest reused Toy Biz body mold. It's kind of ridiculous.
It's crazy they reused it for that. I like that figure personally. Maybe it's just because I really like the character, but yeah, it definitely is in need of a body mold update. And I know that bread and cheese thing was just talking about money, but I was having some wishful thinking that, maybe it's referencing that.
It's bread and cheddar.
Cover. Yeah.
Cheddar cheese, specifically cheddar,
Yeah. I was like, maybe it's referencing that cover in a sly way, but I doubt that's true.
Look, Dan likes to give us these nuggets so we can talk about, and again, that's what today's stream's all about, just a fun conversation. Like, again, sometimes these things are pretty obvious, like this is obviously the HasLab, or at least we think so, but it's still fun to just speculate before, because by the time we do this again, it should be revealed, and we should be able to talk about what actually is, and we know some tiers by then, maybe some early unlocks, what it's actually going to get, what the price point is. So it was just our last opportunity to sort of really speculate. So as always, we end these streams with a duck race. So these guys are going to stick with me as we race some ducks. So I'm just taking names for the duck race. So this is literally your last 30 seconds to get in on the duck race. If you are watching this live chat right now, and you want to be a part of the nonsense which is a duck race, remember, every single week, your points will move over. All you have to do is come back every 2 weeks, watch Legend and Liquor, and your duck will continue to get points onto the board. I haven't updated the leaderboard this week, but it's always fun to wait a couple of weeks before I do that so we can see some real change. But there are points being played for today. So let me jump to my duck racing table so you can see, well, not the table, but the rules, so you can see exactly what nonsense I'm talking about. And I'm aware, people, it's nonsense, but it's fun nonsense. It's our nonsense, all right? So we're racing some ducks today. The first person to 50 points is a champion. I think we've got maybe a couple of people over 30 or approaching 30 at the minute. So still plenty of time to go. First place, 10 points. Second place, 6 points. Third place, 3 points. Fourth place, 2 points. And fifth place, get a point. Points carry over every single week until a champion is crowned, okay? So today is an opportunity to get another 10 points on the board. So I'm just grabbing the last couple of names here from this duck race, and then we're good to go. So
duck me, Dan.
You're already ducked, my friend. Everyone who's in the live chat, Group 1 and Group 2, you're already in the duck race. You just go in automatically. I'm just making sure I grab people that are here live, and I think that's good. And if people don't want to comment, then that is on them. I do try and put a few people from the replay crew in there as well. If you are watching in the replay crew and you're like, damn, I can't watch live, but I'd love to be part of the duck race, just let me know in the comments in the replay and I'll put you in for the next week so you can still be part of the nonsense even though you can't be here live, okay? Because I'm nice like that. But I think I'm good. I think I've got everybody. Just take that last name. And hopefully I ain't got anyone in twice. Sometimes I do that. If that happens, then you're just lucky because doing these things live means sometimes I get people in twice by accident. David, Evan, and Smith were all racing for like 3 weeks before I realised there's still 3 of them were still in.
That's only fair. I was robbed from points.
He was. The one race he won wasn't for points. At least you won a race, though, to be fair.
He deserves it because I've been supposed to be buying these Power Rangers figures for him for like 2 months, and I keep forgetting to do that.
Where are you, Nick? Where are you?
All right,
I'm just piled up next to my bed.
I thought about it when I pulled this out and you were on here. I'm like, oh man.
No, I mean that's a beautiful figure. I actually kind of want that myself for a Spider-Verse shelf.
Thank you. Hopefully, I inspire you to purchase it.
If you guys
I'll buy it with the money that you pay me for the Power Rangers.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
All right, 2 minutes.
Speaking of Power Rangers, Dan, you should tell them about that one you've been looking for because I've been trying to find it.
Oh, yeah. So
it's been going for 75 plus now.
Yeah, so basically I'm only buying figures from... I dabble in other lines, but like the Zordon era is my go-to Power Ranger era, and I'm missing the Silver Ranger. It was a Walgreens exclusive. In the UK, it came and went like a blip. Like, they weren't even around long. I missed out on it. So I have all the Rangers from the Zordon era apart from Silver in Space Ranger. Okay, so I'm putting it out there into the universe. Any of my friends can help me out. and get me the silver in Space Ranger. I understand that it may not be available at retail. I don't mind paying a little bit extra, of course, but just not stupid extortionate prices. But yeah, silver in Space Ranger. I know Justin's first week on here, I think he was showing that off, rubbing it in my face. But I'm happy for him. Yeah, I'm happy for him, but I need it in mine as well. So anyone out there can
First time I see one in stores, it's yours.
Please, I appreciate that. Is it still? Did it even hit stores? Did you buy yours in store online?
No, I got mine off the website before it went out of stock.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
There's one on eBay, man.
One on eBay. How much?
£500.
Oh, that is ridiculous. See what I mean? I'm not doing that. Right. What I will do though is race some ducks. Okay. So we're about to race some ducks. I will jump to the full screen real quick. Okay. So let's go to. Let's ask Jamie. Jamie, number from 1 to 5.
3.
We're shuffling 3 times. 1, 2, 3. All right, so good luck to everyone. I did find this the other day, and it's been a while since I pulled this out. I don't even know if it still works. Testing. Okay, that sort of works. Right, we'll do this. Let's race some dogs. Okay, so good luck to everybody. Let me jump to the full screen first. That will probably help. Good luck to everyone. Points on the board today. Again, the more you type in the chat, the more the algorithm likes, and it makes your duck go faster. I actually made that up, but pretend it's real. It's more fun. Okay, jump into the full screen. Let's race some ducks. Okay, good luck to everyone. If you're in the chat and you commented, then you're in the race. It's as simple as that. You just got to spot your duck. There's over 50 ducks in the race. Let's do this. All right. 3, 2, 1. And they're off. Right, a 2-minute race. Thanks to Rush. He changed the rules like halfway through, but it's fine. That's now the new norm. And let's do this. Okay, so Justin collects is the duck in the middle of the park. Who's that again? Who's the old president? What's his name? Donald Trump. There you go. The Donald Trump duck. Thank you very much. And then we've got Cloud with the sort of green Mohican duck. Down at the bottom, Christopher Allen with the Spider-Man duck, using his spider powers to get in front there of everyone else. Behind him, though, we've got Gahubri J. Matt. Loki down there from the replay crew next to Bring Toys to work with the pink duck. We've got the Fuse creeping up with the clown duck. But who's that? We've got Storm Elites as the mermaid duck jumping out to the front. Behind that, I think it's J-Toy Collection UK, but I can't see. We've got Mini Plastic Multiverse screaming in with the Superman duck. Maybe his super speed will get him to the top as well. Then we've got, your boy's got toys in the middle of the park as well, but Roho Hobbies with the red duck down in the middle. Richard Moore creeping up as well with the sort of graduation hat there. But everything's moving in the middle. We've got the purple duck now, Compulsive Collector jumping in. Still a minute left. This is anyone's race. Anything can change. To be honest, you probably want your duck to slow down. J Toy Collection UK, slow down. This isn't the part you want to race. Let's move back. Okay, yeah, Storm Elite's got 2. That's my bad, but good luck. Okay, who's Joe's? Joe figured it out in the middle. Here's the Batman duck. We've seen Superman duck. Now we've seen Batman duck. The Donald Trump duck's making a move as well in the middle of the park. We've got Cheeky Monkey Kiara, the red duck, who could really do some points on the board. She used to win all these races, and she's currently in the lead. She probably wants to slow down a little bit now. We've got California Red Devil with the bandana in the middle of the park. We've got Mary Crooner Scott. We've got an old man duck who I can't figure out what the name is. Something. Oh, it's Joey. Joey, you're the old man duck. We've got a reindeer duck up top. We've got Cowboy Collector with the reindeer duck. So Cowboy Collector versus Joey at the middle. They met earlier this week. These two should be friends, and instead they're racing. Ridiculous. But anything can happen. Okay, Cowboy Collector Nick. Just another Nick's foul back. So's Joey. This is anyone say. Bring Toys to work. It's still the pink duck on top. Dan Who? Come on, Dan Who? Oh my God! Yes! Yes! Finally!
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's have that duck check for Pirate
Rigged.
Energy.
It's rigged.
God save the queen.
Man.
Yes! How many weeks have we been racing duck? What episode is this? This is episode 30 something or other. Finally, I win a duck race. Yes! Finally! 10 points to me! Come on! Amanda's like, what the fuck is he on about? I don't care! 10 points! I win a duck race! Oh, I'm so happy. I don't even know who finished second. I don't know who finished first. I don't know. It doesn't matter, and I don't care because I won. Okay.
On the name of the monarchy.
Woo.
My duck dropped out fast. He was like way up there, and then boom, done.
I didn't even see my duck until like the very end. He came out of nowhere. This is beautiful. Look, I've been in every single race, fair and square, like everybody else since the beginning, and I've never, ever run a winner race in my own bloody duck racing league. Finally, some points on the board. I can't believe. I don't care. You're all thinking rigged. I don't care. This has been fair from the start. Fair from the start. Whew, that was good. I enjoyed that. That's made my night now. Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you,
man.
thank you, thank you, thank you, David Evan Smith. I appreciate that from all three of you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, someone's happy for me. Finally, thank you. Okay, let's have a
Man.
look. Let's have a look. Okay, does anyone see who else placed? Because I really didn't. I wasn't paying attention.
I
didn't even see mine.
I showed up at the end of the race.
Mike, you're in there. I promise you, because you're in the chat. You're in our. Everyone who's here is live goes into the top pile, so you're definitely in. It was just a big pack of ducks, essentially. Ooh, okay, that was exciting. People in the chat are not happy. They really think it's rigged. Okay, it seems like Jamie, you're second. That's a big deal for you, Jamie. You may be like creeping up. So that's 6 points to you. You could be like second place now overall.
Wow.
That's a big play. I didn't notice that. That's more impressive than me finishing first, because that means Jamie has probably jumped past Cheeky Monkey Kiara. Maybe. Oh, I'd have to look at the table, Jamie, and keep you updated next week. This is exciting times.
I think he included stuff to yours.
He did. That's a good. It worked.
I think this race is like rewarding us for being here from the beginning, Dan.
It does. Finally, after 37 weeks, times that by 2 because we do this every 2 weeks, nearly every 2. Yeah. Finally, Jamie. Finally. Okay, bring toys to work. Another person worthy of winning duck races. Michael, getting some points on the board. Well done, Michael. You got 3rd place. You share the podium with me and Jamie. What a great podium today. Sorry, everybody, but I'm just very happy. 4th place, Disavowed. Disavowed Action Figures, a co-host of the Infinity Equation podcast. Shout out Disavowed. I think he's here live. You got 4th place, my friend. You also got some points on the board. And then 5th place, that dastardly Ab Nuggler creeped out of the well and managed to finish 5th place. Ab Nuggler. I don't think Rich M's happy about that at all. But it's true. He made it. Underneath
sixth? I was 6th.
David, so close.
Damn.
Dave, Justin was behind you as well. Justin, you were 7th. You were there at the end as well. So close. So close. Then Ren Walker. Then Elite. Storm Elite. Now, Storm Elite was in twice. That's my bad, but it's a new name. I don't mind. It doesn't affect any of the points, so it doesn't matter. Cloud was underneath that with 10th. So there's your top 10. Cloud, Storm Elite, Ren Walker, Justin, David, Abnor Glad, Disavowed, Bring Toys to Work, Jamie, and your winner, Dan. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's just scroll to the bottom. Let's see what nonsense. Who finished? Storm Elite finished last as well. That's my bad. That's my bad. Everyone, my bad. Brandon gives me another opportunity to plug him. I'll plug him in a minute. Then we got Ultimate Carnage down there. Rich ain't gonna like that. Abnuggler was way too high for Rich's liking. Then we got Austin.
Qualify Abnuggler because he's in a well.
We probably shouldn't we? Yeah, he's been training. He's been doing something down there. We're saying that. Where is Abnuggler? Come on, get back involved. The well. Get back involved, Abnuggler. Come on now.
No, he was in the race.
Hugo, California Red Devil, Mark Tac. The variant Dan, Odd Mr. Williams. He was in the race as well. Cheeky Monkey Kiara. She was like up there right at the end, and then she finished 45th. Noah Mini Plastic Multiverse 44th. Z-Man, Compulsive Collector. Joe figured it out. Dan Yoon, Bon Williams. Joey, you were down there 38th. Then was Kurt just above Joey. So a mini victory there for you, Kurt. You beat Joey. Joey and Cowboy Collector were right up there, right into the last 10 seconds. And look how far down they dropped. That is how crazy the duck race can be.
That is crazy.
That is stupid. Owen, Gary's Grails, Home, Dude, your boy's got toys. Tom, again. Right. Too many people. It doesn't matter because I win. Hooray! I'm joking.
I'm kind of hoping that I haven't beat Tanner because he's going to feel like I hate him this week.
So you've brought Mephisto and you've overtook him in the Duck Race League. That's what happens when Tanner's not here. Tanner was in the race, though, so he was available for points. He just wasn't quick enough today, I'm afraid. But that's always a lot of fun, and I'm very happy. That's made my night. Amanda's going to absolutely take the piss out of me when I go downstairs now. She's going to be like, what were you screaming about? I won the Duck Race!
Vinyl and Figures said the Koppelberg sponsorship has got to be right around.
I hope it's got to be, surely. How does Koppelberg not want to sponsor this show? Talking toys and racing ducks. This is ridiculous.
Just make sure you have the label facing out every time, Dan. Every time you take a sip.
There you go.
There you go.
Delicious. Okay, gentlemen, always fun. I'm in a great mood now. Let's go around the table and tell people where they can find you online. Up top, Joey.
Yeah, you can find me at JBR3 Collector on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that. And this is my pet. He just walked up to me right now.
Did he win? Did he get past his round?
The voting is still going on.
Okay.
His name is Raptor. But yeah, I post links like every day. So if you want to vote for him to be America's favorite pet, let me know.
Is he just roaming around your room, just free?
At the moment, he lives in a tank usually. But
have you posted any links to the group chat?
I'm not in the group chat. No one added me to it.
You're not the only one. There's a few people missing. There's so many people in there. It's hard to remember who's in and out. I'll add you to it. Don't worry about it.
Cool. But yeah, JBR3 Collector everywhere. And then I'm also Joey B. Rodriguez III on Facebook. So
nice. Again, I'll make sure Joey was a late comer to the groups. We had Joe figure that out, drop out. But I'll make sure I'll put your links in the description after the fact. All right, not a problem. Moving across to David, where can we find you?
Yes, the one-man three-way. I am David_Evan_Smith. It's spelled with a Y, but it's not what you think.
No, I've seen the episode now. Now I know what you're talking about.
I'm on Instagram and Facebook and here every other Sunday.
Appreciated. Justin, who's your friend?
This is Bowser.
Bowser. Hello, Bowser. Does he eat your toys?
No, he's
That's
really
good.
good. He has actually never chewed anything up. He's not supposed to. He's about 4 now.
You just jinxed yourself then.
I still keep everything up high just in case.
Good. Where can we find you online?
I'm on Instagram, just Justin Collects.
Beautiful. Underneath that, we got Christopher. Christopher, where can we find you?
I'm on Instagram at Christopher Allen 254.
Beautiful. Links in the description as well. Please go and follow everybody. Underneath Christopher, we got Nick. He's still thirsty for that chicken.
Yep. 34, number 4 chicken _ on Instagram, and then thirst, no Y, number 4 chicken on Twitter.
Beautiful. California Red Devil says Madison is my favorite MCU character. I think Rich. I said in a chat with me and Brandon that I found that girl annoying, and then Rich didn't even reply. He just left the chat. He just left the group chat, disappeared. So Rich is not happy with me at the minute. Across to Kurt. Kurt, where can we find you?
NJ Devils fan 33 and here. And remember, wash your clothes.
Remember to wash your clothes. If anyone wants to do a trade, Kurt's looking for trades. He's got that really good detergent. That good stuff. All right. So if you're looking for it, hit him up.
Plant-based. Good for the environment.
There you go. Jamie, where can we find you?
At JMG Toys on Instagram and right here every 2 weeks.
Wouldn't do a show without you, Jamie, I promise. And above him, we got Mike still working on his dio there.
Where
can we find you?
Mike Hext on Twitter. Mike Hext on pretty much everywhere. Mike Hext24 on Instagram. And eventually YouTube, but we'll figure that out once I fix that. And sometimes on Fortnite too. And hey, I would love to see Lewis from Ant-Man and Madison in the same thing, like in a conversation in a short. I would watch that.
Do you know what? They're probably already thinking of it. That's to be fair, the Marvel are pretty good at doing stuff with those little shorts. All right, let me just finish with one last plug. You know him from the channel. Brandon, Hero.Collections, has started his very own YouTube channel after lots of peer pressure, and he is currently taking a look in his new series Hero Zero of the Disney Plus wave. Please go and give the man a subscribe. We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers so we can be monetized and do live streams. We are going to do a live stream on his channel tomorrow, okay? So please go and subscribe to Hero.Collections on YouTube, and me and Brandon will be going live on his show tomorrow, and he's going to be in control of Streamlabs, and I'm going to proper put the pressure on and freak him out. So it'll be fun to come and watch the madness. It'll probably be an absolute fail because I'm going to make it fail. I'm going to make it hard work for him. But come and watch it tomorrow, 8 o'clock. So the same time I stream on Thursdays, we're doing that tomorrow on Brandon's channel, all right? So Hero.Collections, go and show him some love and go and check out his videos that are already on the channel, all right? So shout out Brandon as always. And that's how we're finished. Thank you to everyone who's in the chat. We appreciate you sticking around if you've been here from the beginning. Thank you for being a part of the duck race, all that good stuff. And from the Brady Bunch, we'll see you on the next one. Give them a wave, people. Give them a wave. There you go. I'm going to go back now and watch the Brady Bunch bit because it'll just make me laugh. And I won a duck race. What a great day. What a great day. That's cheered me up. All right, bye-bye. I'm going to play the intro to see us out. Goodbye.